Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. We are very, very happy to have you in here with us. Yeah, this is going to be a fun day. Let me come over here. I don't think I actually had this up, but make sure I get this set up on this side. Oop, I forgot something, but that's all right. Do us a favor here. Of course, this is Drone Recorder Fan Edition, and we do have
You said
ourselves.
doo-doo.
Did I say doo doo? But we also we have Mary Sue here by George, and we're going to be doing this some awesome drawing. But do us a favor and definitely hit that share button and let people know what's going on, as I am doing myself. Booster, how you doing, man? How's your day going?
Me, I'm doing just swell.
Yeah,
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen.
I'm listening.
No. That's my caffeine.
It's caffeine.
Oh.
It's not some vodka in a can.
No, not today. I'm afraid.
Not today. Not
This is
bourbon.
my epic gamer fuel. Wow, this will help me stay
Epic
awake. and
Gamer
keep up-
Fuel?
Epic gamer fuel, Brad.
Is that
Oh my
real?
God.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Absolutely.
What does the world come to?
Absolutely trash.
All right, I got all that set up. But definitely, guys, definitely hit that share button and let people know because notifications on YouTube are sketchy at best. But nevertheless, we always take a couple of minutes here just chatting with the folks. So I want to come over here and say hello to all the artists we have here, and of course we'll be getting to George, the man of the hour, momentarily. But we're going to start with our artist as we always do, and I'll start from this side over here. We got Brad from Pensive for Life, man. Are you ready? We're doing Mary Sue today, man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I just want to remind people to back Lone Wolf when it comes out again here in a minute. It's going to be on Kickstarter, and you can get my cover, which I just finished today.
Ooh, look
I
at
thought we were
that.
talking to George.
So
We are going to
Yeah.
get to George in a minute, dude. Yeah.
we're going to get there. But,
You're very bastard, Brad.
Hey, I got paid. There you go.
That is sweet artwork, though.
That is nice, yeah. But yeah, definitely. We of course talked to the guys behind Lone Wolf a couple times. Hopefully they'll have better success. But good luck to you, Brad. We do have a cute, sexy little anime mech girl, so it should be fun. Moving down here, we have last
That's
week's
mean and
champion.
nasty.
Yeah, right. We have last week's champion. We have Cassidy. How you doing, Cassidy?
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, that's good. How did you do yesterday on the Pro Edition? How did it turn out for you?
Not bad. It was a good experience. To be honest, though, it's a long story. I'll tell you later. But yeah, did good.
All right. Did you? What was your position in the end in the straw poll?
I tied for last, but I also didn't know how I was getting on the show.
What do you
Hopefully underprepared.
Oh, you were. Well,
It's a long story.
now Edwin had all your stuff. He must have gotten a hold of you and get you on the show, right?
Well, he had my stuff, but he didn't get a hold of me.
Really?
Someone
It was,
wasn't
playing
following
Matt.
Edwin.
Oh, it's his
Yeah,
fault.
I
It's
didn't
your
know.
fault. Oh,
I thought
okay,
I
all right.
was.
Yeah, but I gave him all
Oh.
your Twitter stuff and stuff like that. It shouldn't have been that. I'll talk to Ed. You talk to me later, and I'll see if I can't smooth that out on the other side. But we'll talk about that later.
No. I got on the show. It's all good now. It's
Yeah.
all Gucci.
Well, that's what I want to hear. All right, dude. Well, good luck to you today. Moving down the line
Thanks.
here, we have Dina. Hey, Dina, how you doing? We can see your arms
Hey,
only.
I'm fat.
No, you're not. Jeez. I see the mask is being seen over in the edge. I mean, it's not on. Oh, she's unmasked today, guys.
Face reveal. It's happening.
It's happening.
Uh-oh.
But now,
My
do you
nose
know
doesn't
Official.
like it.
you don't like it? Okay. But we're doing Mary Sue today. Have you checked out the character? Or what
Yep.
do you think about doing with her?
I don't know. I have some idea, but it looks really, really cool. So I'll see what I can do with it.
Yeah, no, she's
And
cute.
yeah,
cute anime
dealer,
character.
I'm not gonna cheat, so you can't call me a cheater.
Oh, he'll do it
Why?
anyway. He just he keeps saying that because it gets under your skin. You do understand that Dillard is a troll by nature, right? You understand that? Right?
Yeah,
I was
I
just
know.
gonna say prick, but hey, I've
Okay, well, that'll do. That'll do too. But anyway, good luck to you, Dina. Let's move down the line here. We have Eric Hawkins. It's not the other Hawkins. It's the Eric Hawkins.
Yeah, it's not the Dirty Weathers. It's Eric Hawkins.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, we got a really fun character today. I think I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys do with it. What's your plans, dude?
Well, I'm going to try and incorporate both the mech suit and the cute little girl in the same drawing instead of having her just in the mech suit. It's a little out of what I usually do. I'm not really good with anime, so it might be a little bit different style. But I mean, God, the art is so gorgeous on that Indiegogo page.
It is, yeah. George is really good, man, and we're gonna be
It's
talking to him in a
amazing.
moment. Yeah, it's awesome. Do keep in mind, everybody, this is PG-13 plus. So don't be afraid to go sexy with this girl because she's got a sexy, cute thing
Wait,
going on.
how old is the girl?
Legal.
Mid-20s.
Okay. See,
Okay, good.
Very legal. We're good,
I
boys.
was worried there. All right.
And if you're not working with a legal character, just make sure to leave a caption saying, "And this is a legal version." Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Well, do keep in mind.
That's magic.
Do keep in mind, guys, that here in Japan, 16 is legal. Actually.
What is like
so-
13
you can
over
fuck at
there?
16?
Like ridiculous. For
Yeah,
those
you can.
Japanese. Blech.
Yeah, and you just
Yoo-hoo.
stole his. You
Okay.
just stole Booster's one F-bomb. Brad,
What?
you did it
No.
again.
Ah! You bastard whore, man!
I
Everyone's
didn't know I
always
was singing
stealing.
it. I'm sorry, man.
You can't call
Oh.
him.
Yeah, no, but here in Japan it is that way. But look forward to see what you're doing, Eric. Of course. Moving on down, we got John back with us again. How you doing, John? John Chedester. Hello.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just packing and all that. So got a big move coming
you
up.
do?
So
Oh, I see.
pretty busy throughout my day. But yeah,
Well, I'm glad
Yeah, I
you
was
came and
gonna-
joined us, dude.
yeah, me too.
You have any plans here for our little anime queen we got going on?
I plan on experimenting with digital water paint coloring and
Mhm.
doing that through that method, and so it's gonna be a first for me. Got
Oh.
some plans, but
Well,
yeah,
that's cool. Do keep in mind we do have like one rule here: you can't use color.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool.
The final product won't have any color in it.
All right. There you go. There you go. Sounds good. All right. Well, good luck to you, dude. Moving down here, we have Joshua. How you doing, Josh? He's back and he's brought boobs. Sweet. You're welcome,
Sweet.
sir.
Well, unlike Dina,
Mhm.
I'm gonna cheat.
You're gonna cheat. How so?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, magician doesn't reveal his tricks here, man.
That's true. That is true.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with the character. I think it's a fun character, and we're going to be talking to George here just in a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you the Indiegogo page briefly. We do, of course, we do have a show we did here with George where we covered the Indiegogo completely. It was a great, fun show, so you can go back and check that out if you want to get in-depth look into it. Of course, mainly we're going to be showing the art from the artist. Absolutely killer art on that page. And of course, George is actually working on a page right now. So good luck to you, Josh. And then, of course, last we
busy
have
boy.
Michael. How you doing, Michael?
Pretty good. Just did the pre-launch page for my Indiegogo coming up, Seven Legions. It's a poster I'm working on for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just on vacation in Florida right now with my family, and hopefully the internet keeps up.
Hopefully, you're not roboting like you were before, though, so it sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Of course, I shut a lot of things down on my side too. It might be helping. But this is a great poster action thing you got going on here. It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's the art on this. The line art on this is by Henry Ponciano. He worked on Tinseltown from Alterna.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
He's doing great work on this book. I'm also working with Pablo Romero.
Oh, Pablo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
We
he's
love Pablo.
yeah. Each half of the story is gonna be like a different art style. There's like a feudal Japan side and a sci-fi fantasy side. And
Well, if you guys need really poorly drawn stick men, I'm your man. Just keep that in mind.
all right, I'll keep you in mind.
All right. All right, guys. Excellent. We are right on time, too. I'm very happy about that. We're getting better at that, Booster. Now, what I'm going to do is come over here
We're
and white
finally
box
doing it.
George. Finally, right? Now, George, I see you're working on a page from your book, which is cool, but I need your attention for a moment, sir. We are going to start off our show. Of course, everyone has 2 hours. They cannot use color, but they can do anything else they want, traditional or digital, doesn't matter. But 2 hours to do Mary Sue in any way they want. And do keep in mind, it is PG-13 plus, and I want to see some sexiness from today. I definitely want to see it. We're doing a female, so let's not waste that opportunity. But George, what you need to do is you need to count us down, sir. Now, we've had many guests come on, guest creators come on and do the countdown. And I have to say, Booster, they have failed miserably. It's just miserable, pathetic crap.
Ben Henderson did a pretty good one. I
Ben
thought.
Henderson was all right. It was
Everyone
all right.
else though, it's just depressing. So
It
we
is
need
depressing.
a lot of energy, enthusiasm, an epic countdown
Yeah.
to start off the most incrediblest, sexiest drawing competition of all time.
That's right. So, George, no pressure, but count us down, brother.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I have to be quiet, but I'll do it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, go to space. Go.
Wow.
Space, go to space.
Wow.
Go to space.
One in
Wow.
space.
Oh, Booster.
We
What am
just
I?
lost.
What do I have to deal with here, Booster?
We are
Absolute amateurs.
Go,
I
Oh,
know.
well.
I know. I know.
Sister, are you gonna do Ezra Miller again today?
Of course, he's doing Ezra Miller. It's his job.
What am I, a one-trick pony here?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
All
pretty much.
Booster can do is draw Ezra Miller in MS Paint. He's so predictable. Come on, you guys.
Oh no, that's
Very
it's got to be
Ezra
what it
Miller.
is. All right,
I
guys.
mean,
what-
I'm going to do it, but still, it kind of hurt my feelings.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, guys, while these
You have feelings, Booster?
he has, yes, he
I have
does.
at
He's
least
very
2 of them.
sensitive, little boy, oil boy. Come
I'm-
on, you know that.
I'm a sensitive boy.
He is sensitive. Yeah. But anyway, that was the lamest countdown of all time. Thank you very much, Ghost Henry. It was pretty bad. It was. It
Stop
was.
picking on George.
Poor George.
Sorry.
Because let's get ready to rumble. Something like that would have been fun. But no, we get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to space.
He has to be a quiet boy. It's
It's 10
late where
o'clock
he
at
is.
night for me. I can't yell in the house.
Hey, man. It's morning.
Sure you can. It's just not a good idea.
I can't yell too much either. I got the bachans, and they'll say, "Cheta-san, daijoubu desu ka?" So I have to watch out because the
I
old
don't know what you
ladies-
just said, but that was kind of sexy.
No,
asked
it
if it's
wasn't. It's like, are you okay, Chad? Are you okay? Anyway, now while I have you white box
does
George, and this is a beautiful little thing you're working on here. Of course, George's art is absolutely stunning. I think because you do your coloring as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
colors
From,
you use are
step 0
beautiful.
to step whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I like your art better or your coloring better, actually, because your coloring is outstanding, I think. But let's go over and take a look at the Indiegogo. Now, because of the format here, I'm not going to be sharing screen with the Indiegogo, but of course you know your own page. But whilst I'm showing this Indiegogo page off, and just a little bit, just to show some of the art, why don't you go ahead and introduce
Yeah.
the character and the project to the people, and I will just kind of scroll through your page, dude.
I'm never good at this step, but I guess the basics is that Mary Sue is an ironic title about a character named Rosemary who's a exosuit pilot in space, but it's not the kind of space that we're used to. It's very colorful and you can breathe in some parts of it. It's more like an ocean. And she travels around getting in adventures. She's a professional, quote, problem solver, which is kind of like a mercenary. But she has all these different suits that she wears that she inherited. And people hire her to do all kinds of jobs like transportation or bodyguard duty. Sometimes she gets into fights with other exosuit pilots. And the story just follows her kind of daily adventures. But the story starts pretty fast and hard where she's on a luxury cruise ship and she's taking a break with her mentor who's retiring and gets attacked by pirates. And she gets thrown into this giant cat and mouse game where it's just this enormous character arc that gets sparked because of this one little pirate attack. And So yeah, we see how she reacts in her daily life and in her professional life, which are very different.
Well, I do have two questions before you carry on. Two. Well, one's a statement. First of all, Jim O'Reilly is in here, and he's saying, "My money's on Dina." You got support, Dina. The other question I have is, or other comment I have is, why is there a fox who is armed with a very large blade defending a pile of braziers?
That is
Yeah.
Mary's pet fox. His
Uh-huh.
name is Bork. He's based on my cat, who has habits of if you leave a pile of clothes anywhere near the bed, for instance,
Mhm.
she'll climb on top of it, and if you try to move her, she'll hiss and scratch at you. So she likes laundry, and I thought that was funny and cute, and I love foxes. And I think the idea of a sassy fox who steals underwear is really funny. So
I see.
that's basically what's going to happen.
I had a friend of mine that collected underwear, but I think it's a different conversation. Rumble Terrier says,
Same in
"Oi,
the
oi!" we got Rising Lee in here as well. We got Scott Shamir as well. Nice to see you guys. Now, do keep in mind, guys. If you could please hit that share button and share this out with your family, friends, and extended community, that'd really be great. Kat's in here. She says, "Hey, everybody, the fox is adorable." Yes, it is. Well, George is a great artist, and he's a great colorist too. It's very bright, but it's not gaudy, which I think is important. I'm just going through here now. Look at this beautiful space. It feels a lot like the phlogiston. You ever play Spelljammers from D&D?
No, I haven't.
Well, when D&D tried to make space travel within their IP, they came up with an idea that all the spheres, the solar systems, are kind of bobbing in this ocean, and you had to sail through this ocean of sorts. And I'm getting that feeling off of your art. It's really nice, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, that sounds a lot like what I'm doing, actually. What I wanted really is, I mean, I love sci-fi and fantasy, and I've always found space, it's just, black, right?
Mhm.
Mostly. But then you look at pictures that you could catch on the Hubble telescope and all kinds of amazing like documentaries about black holes and nebulas and gas in space being lit by all these different colors. I'm like, why shouldn't outer space be colorful and fascinating? And so her outer space, I mean, there's no rules. It depends on what section of space you're in. Sometimes the air is breathable. Sometimes the rules of gravity are all messed up. So every section, depending on the episode that she's in, she visits different towns. The rules might be different, but really the things that's the most important to me is visuals. So if it looks good, I think I'll try to set up the rules around the way that the universe looks.
Yeah.
Rule of cool, baby.
Rule of cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking through your art, dude. Again, every time I look at your art, I like it more. You're really good, dude. I
Thanks.
really love it. And actually, I got a bunch of anime stories. I need to talk to you. I think we should do something together. I mean, you're probably too busy anyway, but damn, dude, it is beautiful.
Illustrations here and there. Probably. I mean, I've actually gotten started full-time production on the series now. The series got funded either last night or this morning. So I've told myself, like, as soon as it gets funded, it hits the goal, I'm going to hit the ground running. So now
Yeah.
I'm actually painting a page as we talk, and it's just full-time. I'm going to try to do a page a day and get this thing released maybe by October.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, because I got a lot of stuff I'd like to interact with people and do. I have ideas, but everyone's busy, so it's like I don't want to bug anybody, you know. But this is gorgeous, dude. Every time I look at it, I like it more. You've really truly captured the anime feel. You truly have. But the only thing I would say is you've captured it as a foreigner would capture it. It's not quite the Japanese anime, but to be honest, I prefer the foreign's take on a foreigner's take on an anime. But it's gorgeous. I love it, dude. And I know because the artists we have in here today, they are going to live up to it too, dude. We are going to see some absolutely killer things. And speaking of that, I'm going to come back over here. No, you and I are going to keep talking, George, with the booster if he decides to. I think he's drinking.
Every now and then I'll pipe in. Every time I think I can be funny.
Okay. What I'm going to do is start
It
showing off
usually
the art.
fails.
I'm going to start showing off the art, guys, and we'll just keep talking though. So I'm going to start with Brad. I'm going to go down to the other side, of course. Ooh, Brad, you got some. So you just put her full on in the suit. You're going fully on for the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that suit, baby. That suit is cool. Like
Well,
that one shot you have with a big ass cannon. It's
yeah, it's badass.
awesome.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
one.
I'm giving her a sword.
Oh well,
Nice.
actually, I believe the suit can create any kind of a weapon, right?
It depends on the loadout that she's carrying with her.
Ah, I see.
In this episode, she's wearing a suit that's not designed for combat, so her only weapon is a sort of if you've ever seen a solar flare,
Mhm.
where it's like a magnetic arc of light and magnetic energy, something like
Sure.
that. So it's kind of like a whip, but it can probably turn into a sword, but it would drain her battery real fast.
Oh, that's all right. I think Brad's got the idea here. And he's got a nice little action pose going. It's gonna be cool. But
Yeah.
I see several people here. We got Kat and we got Alpha Proto as well. Are saying great colors. Yeah, no, it's really good choice colors. The coloring actually is interesting to me because it's very bright and colorful, which is fun, but it's not gaudy. That's an important point, because sometimes we see these colors and they're just awful. They're god awful gaudy. But yours has a nice light, fun feel to it. Good job, man. How long you been coloring, by the way?
Actually, not many years. I've been, all of my training was black and white because I read a lot of manga. So I guess I focused on what you would call value in Photoshop.
Mhm.
It's just the one slider that's either black or white or gray, shades of gray. But at some point, I started doing freelance illustration and animation for video games, and I had to give myself a crash course in color animation, painting, that sort of thing for backgrounds, game backgrounds,
Sure.
characters. So I had to teach myself color theory, and I approached it. In Photoshop, there's hue, saturation, and value sliders, or HSB balance. So I kind of taught myself poorly, but eventually I just kind of, I don't know. I guess I trained myself backwards. I learned black and white first, and then I taught myself color. So maybe like I don't like dull colors; they piss me off, and they look terrible in print because they're CMYK printing. And I used to work in a print shop. And because of the nature of CMYK printing, a lot of your best saturated colors actually end up getting muted, and that drives me crazy. So I try to make the colors as bright and saturated as possible so that when they print, it'll still look good.
Oh, I see. Oh, cool. Well, this is one project that I'm definitely very excited about. There's a bunch of them actually going on right now. There's a whole bunch of projects. If you guys are interested in knowing what's going on inside the Indie Revival, definitely go over to Indiecron. Of course, you guys know Indiecron is a sponsor of this channel, and Indiecron is got all access to everything you need. And there's a lot of good stuff going on right now. And that's not least of all including Earthworm Jim from Doug Tenaple, who's absolutely killing it. The biggest project so far in the Indie Revival, I'd say. He's almost $800,000. So good on you, Doug. Nice to see him having success. Of course, he has a little bit of help, seeing as he's already well known. But still, we like Doug over here. He's a really nice guy, and very very happy for him, dude. And of course, all boats. What is that thing about rising and sinking? Something like that. But definitely go over to Indicron and check that out, guys. But I'm going to move down the line here. Brad's definitely got a cool little structure coming on. And it looks female, too. So good on you, Brad. Cassidy, last week's champion.
Okay.
He's back. He's back. What's up, Cassidy? What you doing here, man? I see she got a helmet on. I see the outlines of her breasticle.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. You
I'm
laid
just trying to. I
Yeah,
had an idea, but then I
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
like partially not.
I see. He's
Like it's
roboting.
malfunctioning.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's
He's a
kind of cool,
robot
though.
boy.
I love the fact that you're using a grid, though. That helps you out with proportion, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm using it for this time is to get that proper sense of dynamicism.
Dynamism. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
because I've been kind of worried about how my I've been experimenting with the grid system because it's a little less I have to, a little bit less I have to think about when it comes to the proper perspective
Yeah, well, whatever works, right? You are roboting hardcore though,
to
Cassidy.
think and just being able to draw.
Can you hear me, Cassidy? No, I guess
Yeah,
you
I can hear
can't.
you.
Oh, you can.
Can
Yeah,
you hear
you're
me?
roboting really badly, dude. I don't know
Probably
if
cutting in and
Yeah, you're cutting in and out. I don't know if that's only me hearing that or people hearing the other side. I know my stream is fine. I have no drop frames, so I'm assuming it's probably you. But we'll come back. Hopefully, it'll be better
no,
later.
it's definitely me. I rather sure.
Yeah. Okay. But it looks great what you started
Yeah.
with. I'm going to move on to Dina though. Dina, you are white box. George, what do you think of having all these artists do your character, man? Is it fun or intimidating?
It's extremely flattering. I don't think it's ever happened before. Like sometimes I've had some people like draw fan art for me or something like that for my webcomic strip, but this is a new experience. I don't know how to put it into words. It's never happened before.
I
It's
think
really nice though.
I think you're gonna enjoy it. We have some really killer artists over here, and you're going to see some interesting takes, I am sure. And it's a female character too, so everyone here does females pretty well. Dina, of course, does females really well as well. We could have had Kat on here today because she does girls really well, although her men are not so good. But she does women really really well. Huh, Kat? I haven't seen you in here in a while, Kat. Why not? Is it some anti-Canadian thing? I'm sure it is. It must be an anti-Canadian thing. I think the Canadians are protesting me because I say bad things about them too much. Oh well. It's not like they don't deserve it, you know. I mean, come on. Are you from Canada, George?
Dang.
No, I'm from New Jersey.
All right, good. Well, that's
Well,
almost
that's
as
okay.
bad though,
Condone
dude.
it, yep.
Jesus. New Jersey. God.
Yeah, I can't say.
Now that's something you don't know,
Everybody
Booster.
minds their own business here. That's all nobody's friendly. You can count on that.
No one's friendly in New Jersey. Well,
Actually,
Hey, go ahead.
East Coast, love it.
Well, I'm from New England, so of course we know New Jersey quite well. It's full of Guidos, absolutely full of them, like everywhere. You can throw a stone, you
Especially
hit one. Yeah, yeah.
Actually, where I lived, or where I grew up, I should say, the area I lived was mostly Asian,
Oh, really?
surprisingly. It's right across from New York City, so I grew up with a lot of Korean friends.
Hmm. Do they dress and act like Guidos too?
No, but it was funny. We called them fobs, fresh off the boat.
Oh, okay.
That's what they called each other, and we called them. But it was funny because I guess part of what got me into anime and games, I don't know, but they had all the new stuff from Japan, so they would give me like burned CDs with all the newest anime and stuff.
Oh, all right.
So they had the hookup, and they gave me all this like candy and stuff from like Asian food stores. I'm like, what is this? Yeah, it was really interesting growing up with them.
No,
So
I
these
imagine.
Guidos
Yeah.
are probably down near the shore.
Oh, they are down near the shore, of course. I'm just joking because we have Guidos all throughout New England, and they make great food.
Mhm.
There's a pizza joint on every corner, and thank God for it. Because those people can make. I mean, people talk about New York pizza being the best pizza. Actually, go up into New England, you're gonna find the best pizza. Actually, yeah.
I gotta
Uh,
try that.
do what?
I gotta try that. I like a good slice.
Oh no, there's some really great pizza. I think actually some of the best pizza I ever had is in Connecticut and Rhode Island, actually, which no one would assume that, but it's actually just amazing Italian food up in those places. Of course, a lot of them ended up moving. Of course, they all came through Ellis Island going into New York, but a lot of them ended up settling up in the New England area. And building their homes and their families and stuff like that. And of course, we benefited from it because I mean, Italian food is just amazing, and Italian culture is fun too, actually. So I joke because when I grew up, I had a lot of Italian friends. Actually, I was surrounded by them. You have mainly where I come from, you have Italians, you have Irish, there's a few little bit of Asians and Latins and blacks thrown in as well, but mainly it's Italians and Irish. Where you grew up, you said there's mainly Asians.
Asians and actually a lot of Jewish people in my where I grew up, there was a lot of Jewish people. So it was.
Oh God.
Yes,
I'm
don't.
sorry.
It's
Yeah,
okay. Allowed to say. See, just to see how he says Jewish. Just say I live with a bunch of Jews.
Well, again, I had a lot of friends from all kinds of cultures, so mostly, geez.
No, that's not for you,
I mean,
dude.
I would
That's
say
for
at least
me.
half of them were Asian,
He
specifically Korean.
that's for me because earlier on today's show I said, well, "Who's this Jew boy?" And he got all upset because I said Jew boy. So, how dare you, Chester? I said, "Why not? He's a Jew boy. What's the problem? I don't understand."
Oh, we're gonna
I
get in
think
trouble.
it's
We're gonna get in
been half
trouble.
an hour, so
What?
really not PC.
Probably not. I don't care anything about PC. PC can go straight to hell. You know,
Half an hour.
half an hour. There you go. Well, I know because I come from the generation of George Carlin, right? And it's like, the whole point was to fight against this PC culture, and it's really depressing to see that it's taken over, because PC sucks, man. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. And I have no problem with Jew peoples. They make pretty good food. They're pretty funny. They're all over the entertainment business. I mean,
Oh no, I mean, it's like in a game. You can't control where you're spawning, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
I had the pleasure of growing up around one of the most richest, like I had the best upbringing, and I knew so many kids from everywhere. And we just like at the lunch table, everybody would bring their lunch and like share snacks, food I've never seen before, and like games I've never heard of. It was the best. I don't know, but whatever. Like you say, for instance, like my drawing style is both anime-ish and American. That's like I guess when you marry all these different styles together,
Yeah.
and you end up with whatever this is.
I think so.
I love it.
Oh, so do I. I think it's beautiful what you got going on, and Eric is absolutely killing it. Look what he's doing here. I like it, dude.
I was inspired by one of the images on the Indiegogo page. It looked really cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, actually, this is kind of outside the story, but what exactly are the proportions of the suit to her, though?
There are multiple suits actually. The trick
okay.
is like her suit, what I call the hermit crab, is just like a sort of bodysuit, like a wetsuit, and it has all these connectors on it. But the exosuits, there's multiple ones that she carries with her on her ship. It depends on what job she's doing, and each one has different
So she's
properties.
like a centurion.
I'm sorry?
She's like a centurion from the 80s 80s cartoon.
Ah, the
They
centurion.
would call down the suits from the space. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Can
Yeah,
she call down the
suits
suits,
have
or does she
different
have to, or does she leave with a suit?
She has to leave with it. She can't switch in the middle of a battle. Like, let's say I'm fighting somebody, they're not going to let me change suits.
I see.
So she has to do her research ahead of time. Part of the fights and part of the drama of the battles is that she'll almost never be perfectly equipped for handling any situation. She has to sort of interview people beforehand if she can, and learn what kind of problems she's going to have to face ahead of time, and take her best guess and bring the suit that she thinks is best. And what I think is cool about the series is that if a suit breaks, it stays broken. So maybe she would have had the perfect suit for the perfect job later, but if it's broken, she can't use it again.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, that matter of attrition. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even simple things like being able to talk in different languages, like she has a suit for that. And breathing in different environments, all kinds of different settings. She has a giant combat suit, let's say, but if she brings it into the wrong situation and it breaks, then she's screwed forever. So she has to be very smart about very cautious.
So, now just to let you know, John, you are being white box, but tell us, how did she get her ship and her suits? How did she become, unless that's a spoiler, how did she get into what's the inception of the character?
Mhm. It wouldn't be so much of a spoiler, but she has this mentor who I talked about last time, I think,
Yeah,
Dr. Masa.
yeah.
And he was the partner of her father, who is estranged from her. She doesn't know who he is. Um, he and his partner, the doctor, let's say, who is her mentor, used to be partners with her dad. Okay, I said that already. I'm sorry. And they built these suits under mysterious circumstances that the doctor won't tell her about just yet,
Hmm.
or maybe ever. I don't know. And she inherited them from her father, her suits and her ship. And the circumstances of which she took on this profession are to be determined by her. The doctor knows, but he doesn't tell her. So she inherited her suits. She didn't make them. The doctor made them with her father, but he is not able to repair them. So once they break, they stay broken.
I see. Now, is she particularly skilled for this, or is it just simply a matter of nepotism?
It's 100% nepotism. That's why the series is called Mary Sue. I thought that was a
Ah,
little funny joke to myself.
I get it.
She completely inherited the suit. They are utterly overpowered. They will break anything that, like, if you fire a gun, like at a ship or something, it'll blow it up easily. But the problem is that she doesn't know how to use it responsibly. So part of the
Politics.
drama of the series, something like that. Like if she breaks something or damages property, she has to pay for it.
So
And
what
that's
you're
part of
s-
her job
so
too.
what you're saying is the SJW people are witless. I get it. I'm with you. All right.
Not quite. I mean, the joke is, it's tongue in cheek. Mary Sue being like, again, Rey from Star Wars has been called one multiple times, but they act as if she can. I'm sure they'll explain this in episode 9, but like, why can she drive the Falcon without practicing and all that
Oh, dude,
questions
they
like that.
won't explain anything at all. They won't explain nothing.
Right.
No, no, absolutely. She's just a pure Mary Sue. It's unfortunate in the Force Awakens the way they left it. If they had come back in the second one and explain, she was a pupil of Luke, she just didn't remember for some reason or what have you, they could have got away with it. But no, no, no. She's just a Mary Sue. Perfect example of one, actually. Too bad, but it is
Right.
what it is.
So the fun. I'm trying to poke fun at the stereotype, let's say, but Rosemary in this series will actually be, I hope, fingers crossed, well written. So it'll be tongue in cheek. Like
Yeah.
there will be a reason that she's derpy and she breaks things, and she will try to actually be responsible and earn her victories. If she has any victories, I haven't determined that yet. I mean,
Well,
I
yeah.
know, but I haven't said anything.
Well, take a look what Joshua's doing. This is Ewok, by the way. But look what he's doing, dude. It is awesome. It's really nice,
That's
dude.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny. John Dillard's had something to say, Booster. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Chester,
Oh no.
normally a host will listen to an idea or concept, then make an analogy or comparison that simplifies the idea for his viewing audience, not use words like attrition. Oh, I do apologize, John. I speak the English language properly. How dare I? Even.
Uh,
I mean, even.
oh, not a word like attrition. Goodness me.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry, John didn't know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you're the one lacking, Mr. Dillard. Uh,
Hmm.
and I'm surprised he said got me on attrition and not on nepotism. I thought that would have just triggered him instantly. Joe says, "Ha! I'm well familiar with attrition. It's what our management does at work, letting positions go until we're working with a skeleton crew." Oh, goodness gracious. Ignition Todd says, don't get him going. He'll just pull out words that you can't even pronounce. Hey, dude, I think I do a really good job of dumbing things down. Thank you very much. Especially with Booster here. I gotta think about him, right? I have to show compassion to the Booster.
That wasn't compassionate at all. That would just hurt my heart.
Oh, oh, poor Booster.
I'm gonna go cry.
All right, you go cry. All right, this looks really good, Josh. But Yeah, no, I'm really liking this character more and more as you talk about it, George. It's fun. It's a political wink, wink, and but you're doing it in a fun way. I'm assuming you're not being mean or nasty, right?
No, I mean, one of my goals with this, I mean, it's a roundabout problem that I've had for the whole year, basically, is I pissed off people who I thought were my audience. And I want to,
What?
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's an old story. But basically, it's like, no, this is the book that I really want everyone to like. So there are tongue-in-cheek jokes, but I want anyone to be able to read the book and enjoy it and recommend it to their friends without worrying that like it has secret messages or something stupid like that. It's just a good story, fun characters, great world. I want everyone to share it around.
Ah, it sounds good, dude. You know,
Yeah.
and it looks like a lot of fun as well. But I'm just sitting here trying to rack my brain to think of good words I can use instead of things like it makes me ecstatic. Is that a word that John's going to yell at me about? Maybe I should have just said happy,
Maybe.
right? But anyway,
Sure.
moving
Yeah,
down here, we're coming over to Michael. And Michael, could you back that up just a sec so we can see what you're doing, dude? And he decided to go completely widescreen. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's cool, dude. Look what he's doing. That looks fun, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're gonna have to pull in that
the whole
leg,
two-handed
though. You
approach.
got to pull that right leg in a little bit, dude. I think it's
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool what you're doing, though.
yeah.
Big giant gun. You're having
You can see it's
technical
working though. You
issues.
can see where the lid connects through as penciling though.
I see that, but when
Yeah.
you cover up the
Mm.
gun, it kind of throws off the perspective a little bit. That is an interesting
Yeah.
thing as an artist. I've noticed talking to these guys and watch what they do. What is actually correct doesn't necessarily read correct. You know what I mean? They have to fudge things. They have to mess with
Mm.
things
does it?
to catch the perspective of the mind, even though
Mm.
it's not technically correct. I've noticed that several times. It's kind of cool. I
There you
learn a
go. That
lot.
works.
I learn.
It's something good with digital hacking. It's much easier to correct things, isn't it?
It is, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't pass 6 letters, Howl Comic says. All right, dude. I'll keep that in mind.
And only 2 syllables, Chester.
Only 2 syllables. Okay.
I think syllable is too
If you
big.
use something with 3
Too big.
syllables, for the love of God, only use it once a sentence.
I understand. Yes. And I should definitely stay away from the 5, 6, and 7 syllable words. Those are not good, right?
Oh, goodness me.
So you see what I have to deal with over here, George? You see what I have to deal with?
Sounds like a great bunch.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Wait,
Just
mine is
criticizing me
Oh, we're
daily.
just a wild crowd. Look at us. Look at us go.
Cool. Now, this, of course, is the first project of yours I've seen, George. But have you worked on other projects?
A lot. Over my career, let's see. I've published 5 graphic novels. I have a web comic that's 10 years old, about
Wow.
550 strips. It's called Problematic.
Yep.
I've worked on a lot of independent video games. Only 2 of them launched. Jeez, yeah, I've been all around. Most projects end up getting canceled, unfortunately, or not picked up. But you do it because you love it. So this
Sure.
project is my first full color American style comic. So it's an interesting challenge.
Well, you got to keep
I've-
pushing
I've
at it,
always
right?
scared of color.
No, you just have to keep pushing and pushing. There's a lot of interesting looking projects that don't go anywhere, right? It's a little bit of who you know, and it's a little bit of luck, for something to catch on and become an actual IP. You just got to keep pushing at it.
Yeah, it's so hard, especially in the indie world. Like, I always say this on my channel when I interview people. If you're an introverted person and
Like
you
Booster.
spend all your time developing,
Shh, don't
it's
tell people
possible.
that.
I mean, we spend all our time practicing drawing, right, and writing and all that stuff, but we never develop our social skills. So it's like 2 sides of the same coin. All these years I've been trying to draw and get better at drawing, but like I never bothered building an audience, and it's now hitting me how important things like social media and networking are.
Oh yeah. It's true.
So I'm learning as I go, but it's taken this many years. I mean, I drew my first graphic novel in 2003, so that's how many years ago it's been since I've been drawing professionally. So I'm still building an audience. I'm still figuring out how it works. But especially in the indie world, it's just you got to get that audience. You got to network. Whereas in the publishing world, it's basically asking for permission to make a graphic novel, which is a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, no, I imagine. Yeah, that's true. But
I'm sorry, just I gotta read Joe's comment here. This is amazing. This ostentatious presentation of perspicacity is worse than the abundant abuse of alliteration. That is just amazing.
Yeah.
What did you say about my mom?
That actually makes sense too. He also says supercilious before. He also could have said superfluous. That would have been fine as well. Yeah. Just
Far too
keep
many
going, Joe.
syllables.
You keep
Okay.
you keep poking at that John Diller guy. He deserves every bit of it, for sure. Nepotism. What does that have to do with the Little Mermaid? Yeah, there you go. Let's talk about it. The Little Mermaid, Ariel, is now a black lady. And of course, that's completely fine because, Disney came out with an official statement and they said, you do know that Denmark has black people. And it's like, yeah, I think when Christian Andersen wrote that, I don't think there were really any black people there. Now, pretty sure. But that was a wonderful statement from Disney. So thank you. Thank you very much, Disney. We do appreciate it. You keep making everything else exactly as it should be, and everything that has to do with white people, you just tear it up. You go for it. That's all you, man.
Well, I mean, they're not going to kill Mulan at the end.
Well, have you guys see what happened to The Witcher? I laughed so hard.
Oh, wow.
Are you not excited about Henry Cavill?
Well, he looks all right, I think.
all the elves are black.
Well, they corrected that,
Oh,
Dina. They
okay.
came out. No, they came out with a statement, Dina. Those are not the elves. Those are the druids.
And where did they come from? And isn't that and then they make
That makes it worse.
the redhead not redhead.
We're talking about Trish.
Well, the funny thing is, I've actually read the Witcher series years ago, and it's funny for me because they're trying to defend themselves by saying, "No, it's based on the book. It's based on the book. It's not based on the game." But the funny thing for me is, you see, CD Projekt Red decided to do stuff after the books because the books are so harsh and so brutal. They wanted to get away from it because they thought it would be politically difficult to do. So they actually went and created their own stuff after the book because of that. But yet you're defending yourself by saying, no, we're basing it on the book. Well, obviously you haven't read the book, because if you did, you would never make that statement, because that is full of rape and brutality. But yet, hey, you go for it. You go, girl. What's that
You
thing you
go,
told me the other day? What
girl.
was that? Slay
Slay
Queen or Yaz Queen?
Queen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Slay Queen.
Yeah.
I actually really like these, so I highly recommend them. I really do.
They're good books.
Yeah, good books, but also just the games. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they are
Witcher
really
3
good.
especially, I say, is the best RPG of the past few generations. I think it's better in some ways than Final Fantasy 7.
High five there,
definitely.
buddy.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
as bad as it is,
No, I
it's not
love
gonna be.
7. I think Witcher 3 has actually taken the crown of best RPG.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And the books are fun. And you should definitely read them, guys. But do keep in mind, they are brutal. They are brutal. I mean, no holds barred at all. But they are well written for sure. But then again, I am reading the English version. I haven't read the original Polish versions of them. But that would be really tough, huh?
Poles are based. Super
Are
based.
they? What base do they have? What do you mean?
So word. Base mean you don't care about what people think. That's why you call the base stick man your
That's
super
not
base.
what based means at all, actually.
I know, but it's a new.
Give it the
it's a
lingo,
new thing.
Chester.
Do you mean biased?
God.
I don't know. Does she mean biased?
No, she's saying based, like based and ripple. Like based just means cool.
Oh, why?
But it also means
why does it
like
mean
having
like
the knowledge.
It's the kids' lingo, you see.
Well, explain the lingo, Booster. Why does it mean cool? It doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. I don't report.
Yeah, what's the
I'm just
etymology on
reporting on it. I don't know why these things do what they do.
So Dina
Well,
is a
apparently
young.
Stop
Cody
yelling
means
at me.
What was that? Say it again.
Oh, what I said?
I was
Yeah.
saying, what's the etymology in that?
Yeah. What is the
apparently
etymology?
Cody means.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look it up on Urban Dictionary. I'm gonna look it up.
Yes, we want the etymology.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
He's doing it.
Do it.
Now, I have heard
Do
them
it.
talk about that feminist lady who, of course, she's talking about actual feminism. They call her based mom. So I've heard this before, actually. I never understood what they meant, though.
Christina.
Yeah, Christina Hoff Summers. She's a very interesting person.
I see. Here we go. Based. Based is all about being yourself and not caring what anybody else thinks. If you followed Little B, Based God, so this all comes from this rapper who referred to himself as the Based God on Twitter, you'd think he's actually a very deep person who constantly talks about himself, constantly talking about yourself and staying positive. So it's just going off like this one rapper who used the word based in
Let's
that
see. Well, I don't think
way.
I could base
There
any.
you go.
I didn't know Dina's into rap.
Yeah, there you go. Dina's a rap lover.
No, I don't
Uh,
rap anything.
Yeah,
She's a rap queen.
I'm not
Dina's
really
rap
sure.
god.
Sort of some
Everyone
robot.
is confused now.
Well, I am a little confused, but I'm certainly not going to base any kind of philosophy upon a rapper. That's not
Oh,
happening.
he said base.
Awesome. But we have been white box on Brad here during that conversation, and I'm loving what you're doing, Brad. That is really cool, dude.
Thanks.
Although I think that back right foot's going to need a little attention eventually.
Yeah, it's called Shadow and Shade.
Oh, there you go. It's like, shut up, Chester.
Cheating.
I do like it. What do you think about this one, George?
Tweet
Love that sword.
Yeah, it is cool, dude.
It's like
It's like what?
it's.
Go ahead.
No, the pose is very action packed. I like the, how do I put it? During a fight, I like for instance, she's sliding backwards maybe with that pose. She's ready to spring forward. I like the
Well, actually, there's an
dynamic.
explosion right here, and it's going to be going past her. But yeah, I understand where you're going with that. Yeah. So
Oh, I like the idea of her sliding backwards, bit like an Akira thing going on there.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
it.
Redo it,
pet
Brad.
peeve of my next. Sorry.
It's already on the left hand side of the page, guys. I can't move it to the right.
I think it looks great, dude.
Yeah.
And actually, George's comment kind of reminds me. My son used to do kendo when he was younger, and he used to have this move that he won a lot of matches with it. He would basically jump back. He would land on one foot, like for a moment, almost like he was floating, and then he'd snap like super quick forward and do like a headshot, right? But it was you'd see him kind of float back, land, and then pow, like a spring. And it was a really cool move actually for a little kid. But it kind of reminds me of made me think of that when you said that, George.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I don't know, with fighting and choreography and that sort of thing, I've found that manga really does it right a lot of the time.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they
Oh,
capture
right.
It's
action.
sort of
well.
you have to also capture the
The
third
linger on
dimension.
things.
I don't know. Cassidy's
Well,
roboting
depth is
hard
very
today.
important.
Yeah, go ahead, dude. Continue.
What? All right, sorry.
I don't know, it's just in American comics, I see a lot of like action. Let's say if I'm punching a guy, it's like a side view or something, or it's always the shot after the guy gets punched. So like his head is already recoiling, and you see some guys like fist extended, like he already punched the guy.
Sure.
And I find that that's part of the reason for that is in American comics, they have such a limited page count, partially because it's drawn in color. So they have to have an economy of panels. Whereas in Japan or in manga, there are so many pages and so many panels that they can just spread out one punch over pages and pages, including the wind up, the contact, the aftermath. So you can really pick a lot of different moments and angles. Whereas in America, it's almost like you have to condense so many actions into a single panel that it almost ruins the action because the stuff I like Blade of the Immortal. One swing of the sword in Blade of the Immortal will take pages, and I just think that's fascinating. It's like reading a flip book. You can see the choreography from panel to panel, and the artists take the time to do that. It's not something I see a lot in American comics.
No, and it is different. I think Kirby had a big influence on that kind of stuff. Kirby was brilliant at showing action, but a lot of time it was after the effect, right? Maybe it's just the Kirby effect. Here in Japan, of course, one of the things the Japanese have done, I think the most helpful is when it comes to like anime and stuff. They've really showed us how you make things move well in an animated way, in a cheap and effective way too. So it's a very good point. Bullet says, "What was his Zanshin like, Chester?" Well, sorry, I guess you should talk about. I mentioned my son. His kata, his general form was really good. He was a great kendo fighter. It was really unfortunate, I thought, because he was really good at that. My son was rather athletic, which he gets from his mom more than me. He was really good at all the sports he did, but I thought he should have stuck with kendo actually, because he was really good at that. But here in this village we live in, when they get to junior high school, it's kind of like only the girls that really continue kendo, and all the boys join baseball. And I was like, nah, you should continue with the kendo. And he's like, no, I got to do the baseball. My friends are doing the baseball. So he did baseball and then went to high school. He could have picked up the kendo again, but he went to rugby. It's
You need to be more
unfortunate.
based.
He's just doing what the kids do. But he was a pretty good baseball player. He was a pretty good rugby player too. But I just personally think his best sport was kendo. He was really good at it. He was natural at it, Anyway, his Zanshin was fine, Bullet. It was pretty solid. I mean, he's a kid. It was elementary school level, but still. What he means by this, if anybody's interested, means what was his form like, his kendo form. Let's see here. Dina, you are being white boxed. Can you show us what you're working on? Because we can only see your hands.
Give me a second. You see?
No, not. Oh, okay, that's better. Ooh, look at
There
that,
it is.
George.
Oh,
Look at that,
that's
George.
cool.
That is cool.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
That's very nice, Dina.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now you got yourself about an hour or so, Dina. So I really hope you bring
I'm
that
gonna
out.
do shading.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, rock on. I'll leave it here for a little bit, but I'll move on quickly because the way she has her camera, we can't see much. But I really like to see all these things that are coming together from the characters as we do every week. Booster, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Booster.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Your enthusiasm just blows me over. I have to say.
Sister, what have you drawn so far?
Yeah.
No, I haven't started yet.
You haven't started yet.
I haven't. Look. I'm articulating in my brain hole exactly how I'm going to do this. Not all of them are quite as simple as you'd think, Chester. It's very hard. I have to get inspiration.
Well, seeing the fact you're starting with a brain hole, that's a problem, I think.
He's playing Overwatch.
He is playing Overwatch. Yes, he is. That's exactly what he's doing.
You don't get me.
You don't get me. Bunch of panderers, Todd says. Oh, thank you. I must protest the lack of bobs. There's not a lot of bobs today. Cassidy's doing some, but that's all right. Everyone has their inspiration. It's fine. I'm going to sit on George for you, George, a little bit. Now, George, these panels you're working on, can you back it up a little bit so we can see the whole thing, or is this page like a secret?
No, not at all. Let me see if I'm still screen sharing.
You are screen sharing. We just need you to back it up so we can see this whole page you're working on here. This is from the book, by the way, guys.
Let's see. Can you see this?
We can see it. We just need you to back it up. It's too tight in. You have to maybe.
It might be lagging.
Maybe you are. Maybe you are.
I'm screen sharing. It says I'm not screen sharing.
I think it's just what it is. It's just Hangout being glitchy. Sometimes when you stop screen sharing, it shows whatever was last.
There we go. Now we can see it now.
Oh, that's great.
Dude, look at that has a Dragon Ball feel like crazy, man. Look at that.
I was going to say, because you got Master Roshi in the middle there, pervy
Right.
Master Roshi. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's the funniest thing in the world to have a creepy old man.
Hey, man.
I don't know why it's so funny.
Creepy old men need love too, man.
Right. Him and the
Old
fox
people
are like,
are awesome.
Sure.
it's really funny. Yeah.
That's why
What, is
Dina
that-
loves
is
me
that like
so
a-
much.
Is that a tiny Chester in the middle there? He's got Chester's beard.
It is kind of like my beard. I'm a little bit more trimmed than that, but and I'm a bit taller than that as well. Unless those are Amazons standing next to him.
No, he's a short man.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I love how the girl on the right, she's obviously in action, and her left boob is in an upward flow. That's awesome.
Well, the trick
Brilliant.
with action and walking, it's you got to get that
Movement.
I don't know what it would be called. Cinematic. Like you want to get the middle of the shot.
Sure. I approve.
But
I absolutely approve Bob physics.
Yes. Yes.
About physics.
Yeah. But it seems like
I
the
especially like his
his belly button. Yeah. But it seems that Western journalists
It's
don't
like staring
seem
into
to
the
appreciate
future.
that.
This is brutal.
Bald, short,
Oh,
and
no,
flabby.
the old man stuff.
Oh, poor Booster.
surrounded by
He's even
gorgeous
got my saggy man tits. Ugh.
Yeesh.
Oh.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. Well, the funny thing
Oh,
is,
man.
Booster, you could take to your bed tonight when you go to sleep. Even when I get really old and I shrink, I'm still going to be over 6 foot tall. Yeah. For you.
I hope you get AIDS.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh goodness.
No.
Bob physics, yeah. Now calculate the inertia of a bob. Goes through Henry says that's funny. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to jump back over to Eric now. You are white boxed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, zoom out a bit.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in on the bobs.
There you go. I like the shoes actually. The shoes look
nice.
great, man. The thing with you, Eric,
They're not
is always-
Nikes.
They're not Nikes. They're like a boot thing. But the thing with you, Eric, is very interesting. All your shapes and everything look really great. But it isn't until the very end that your face comes out. Is that planned or
Really?
what? Yeah, because when I look at your stuff, the faces are like, oh, what is he going to do with that? What is he going to do with that? And then in the end, it looks great. But is that just something you leave for the end? Is that some kind of philosophy?
Usually I do, but what it might be is I usually drop in some white in the eyes at the very end.
Oh, I see.
That might be just what makes it pop a little more. Because, right now the eyes are almost complete.
Oh, that's how I do it too.
Yeah, but at the end I'll come in and pop some white in there. Oh, well, then, let me take it off. That looks really rough with that right now.
Mm. But I have faith. I know. I've seen enough of your art. I know where it's going to end up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I
John-
hope so. How much
yeah.
time we got left?
Oh, we have ourselves an hour. John Diller had something to say
Oh,
again. He says, yes, I'm noticing a complete and obvious lack of knobby knees for this Mary Sue draw along. He did do the little knobby kneed leg shake in one of the things when some pirate was kissing her. Yeah, I thought that was cute.
It was a janitor. You don't read Chester.
Was it a janitor?
God.
You
Mhm.
actually...
See, I pay
You know-
attention, George.
Chester, yeah, you gotta start reading your articles for the show. You gotta start reading your.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Ah, man.
How dare you?
Start doing some research.
Oh, you hear this, Chester? They're calling us fake news. How dare you, gentlemen?
No, not you. We know you don't read.
Yeah, that's true.
You get pissed off?
I believe that's can't read.
Yes, can't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can't.
Oh, he can read
I
beer.
read real good. How dare you?
He
Well-
can read beer.
He can
You know,
read beer.
he knows Foster's.
Association.
Yes. And he'll have someone some relative will read the comic to him when he was little or now. Okay,
I will not confirm nor
that
deny
didn't-
any of these statements.
Hey man, I do my research sometimes. Don't give me that.
How
I only
dare that?
make
you hear
them
this, Chester?
I only make a mistake every other comment. Now, come on.
Uh
Mm-hmm. We have a great news show full of factual facts.
Or factual opinions, anyway.
Actual facts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we have made a couple of mistakes on a couple of them, yeah, for sure. And of course, we don't want to do that, so have to tighten that up. I'm glad I caught that mistake today, though. I'm glad I did, because I was
The
actually
Jew?
no, not the Jew thing. No, the
No, they were Jews.
Oh no! Oh no!
We're dead. We're so dead.
Why?
There goes the channel, boys. It's gone.
I don't understand why.
This-
Why are you
this
all
show
so
brought
soft?
by Yeah,
I'm just joking. You think I
That's
care?
quite a lot.
I'm
No,
in the
of
middle
course
of
not.
nowhere.
Yeah,
just actually Jewish. I don't care.
that's right. Oh, I don't care at all. Is that not obvious?
That's how we can
Well, we
speak
know.
free. They can't touch us.
Yeah. Well, they could try to touch me. I'd slap them though. How dare you?
Yeah, we know what you did to those people, Chester. We know. He's gonna tell us another stripper story.
No
Whoa,
stripper stories for
stripper story
you,
time.
ma'am.
You're always talking about how you being a bodyguard or bouncer.
We absolutely need more stripper stories.
Well, they are
No,
interesting, I
no.
suppose. The problem is most of my stories aren't really funny, though. But because I was a bouncer for 12 years, so yeah, there are some interesting things that certainly took place during that time. I think one of the funny ones I always get was toward the end of my career of doing that. There were a lot. It really became quite popular for the strippers to get tattoos. I think it was leading into this day where everyone just tattoos the hell out of their body, which I don't know why they do that. The tattoos are becoming quite popular with the strippers, and of course, the thing that was interesting to me, a lot of them wanted to have tattoos that had like Chinese or Japanese kanji or characters on it, right? I guess for some reason. And I remember this one girl; she was so proud, right in the nape of her back. She had this big, huge kanji on there, and she thought it meant like wild, crazy wild, but it actually meant more like sick or insane, right? It had a very negative connotation. I was like, yeah, you put that on your body. She said, "It's okay, now better you know." I was like, all right.
Chester
You'll know forever.
Just to know.
Because that's. Oh no. Dumb broad.
Oh,
Did
dude.
you ever read a book, Tokyo Vice?
Say that again?
What's it called?
Tokyo Vice.
No.
It's sort of a foreign reporter named Jake Adelstein or something like that. He lived in Japan, and he wrote all kinds of he covered the Yakuza, and he wrote all kinds of stories about the underground. When you mentioned being a bodyguard, that reminded me. They say some of his stories are embellished, but it's still a really interesting book.
Well, that's I've never read it, but I do know the Yakuza are lame. The Hollywood idea or the manga idea of Yakuza is not even close to the truth. Most of what they do is call up old ladies and try to sell them subscriptions to crap that cost way too much money. That's about all the Yakuza do. I mean, they're kind of
That's not
useless.
cool.
So they
at
just
all.
turn into scams.
They're just scammers. Yeah, they're not cool. They're not badass. They're not at all. Matter of fact, yeah, no, sorry to disappoint you guys. We actually had one long time ago. Long time ago, came into my school. I have my own private school. Came into school. Luckily, it was during I didn't have classes at the time. But he came in. He was basically trying to get me to pay my due, right? And he actually walked in with a baseball bat, right? And I kind of looked at him and laughed. He didn't understand why I was laughing at him, but so he tried to be intimidating. And I stood up, walked over to him. He tried to brandish his bat at me. I took it away, literally grabbed him by the nape of the neck, and threw him out the damn door. And they never came back. So I still have that bat. Actually, it's sitting at my front door.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Yakuza are lame, dude.
So Chester have an armory of
I do.
all
I got
these souvenirs.
I got a few things I took. I had one one dude who was trying to swing around. He was drunk, but he was trying to swing around a bokudo, which is the wooden practice sword for kendo. I took that away from too. That's in the front door as well. I'm kind of like that dude from from Fifth Element, just collecting crap. Yeah.
Oh, so you're like Bruce Willis. You just take everything from all
just
this
take it
idiot
from
trying
him,
to rob him.
Yeah, but no, they're
They
really
count on
lame.
people not.
Here. I mean, you have an impressive collection by now, Chester. If you just kept body parts as well.
Oh, there you go. That would be good too. But no, the Yakuza are really lame. I had the only other.
Yeah, did you keep that ear as a trophy, Chester?
No, I gave it back to him. They sewed it
He
back
wears
on.
it around his neck.
Oh, they sewed it back on. Come on now. But the only other interaction I've had, a negative interaction with Yakuza here, was one of my friend, also student, but I call him a friend, a little bit older gentleman, and he was driving along, and the Yakuza, what they'll do is they'll get in front of you in their car, and they'll stop very abruptly, hoping that you'll hit him in the back, and then they'll try to get money out of you without the cops being involved, and they kind of.
Lame.
Yeah, it's lame. And they did that to him, and I went over with him because he was supposed to bring a bunch of money to him, and I went with him, and I settled the situation. I said, we have a choice. We can either get the cops involved, or you can let it go, right? And that they let it go. So, because they didn't want to get the cops involved. All my other interaction was with a totally different group of Yakuza up in the big city, and they're big fans of my band. They come to my shows all the time. Never had trouble with them.
Oh, cool.
Did you say
So
you
the
had
more
any
well-off
background in
one.
like military or police or anything like that? Do you have training?
Oh, I've had a lot of training. Yeah.
You have crazy.
Well,
You have crazy family.
oh yeah, my dad's a lifelong military guy. So I had that. I also took martial arts when I was a young kid. I was a fencer, football. I became a bouncer pretty young. I have a lot of experience with that. But yeah, I get enough experience to get myself in trouble, I guess.
That's so cool. No, but what it really is that it's just the fact that you stand up to these guys, I think, is enough of a deterrent that they can't walk all over you. I think like bullies in general, they count on people not defending themselves.
Oh yeah.
They only go after weak targets. So when I hear about the Yakuza, I get intimidated because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to fight, But
Yeah,
that's an
But
inspiring.
it's true.
Yeah, they're not like in the West, dude. When I was younger, living in Rhode Island, of course, there's a lot of mafia over there. A lot of people don't know Rhode Island is kind of where the mafia retires their old people, actually. So there's quite a bit
Oh.
of mafia in Rhode Island, and they actually, in the end, helped the state. Actually, I can't complain too much about them, but getting involved with them and having dust ups with them, mostly for me, it was with their children. But that's another issue. You can run into some serious trouble messing around with them. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. I remember I was in Taipei, and we were out partying all night because I had a concert earlier. It was like an early show, but then we partied a little bit, and I went home with my girlfriend, who of course is my wife now, and we were just in bed, right, sleeping, and my intercom, it's like one of those video intercom things, was going off, and it was my friend Glenn. He was like, "Oh, I need help." I was like, "All right, fine, come on up." I mean, it's like two or three in the morning, right? The guy comes up, and now you got to understand, Glenn, he's like 6'5", 6'6". Black dude. I mean, I'm talking African black dude, right? And skinny as hell, but he's really tall, right? And the blackness, especially the deep dark black that he is, it has an intimidating factor all its own, right? But he was like, "Oh, I was down at the party and they took my cell phone." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, fine." And he was all bloody, his lip was cut, and his shirt was all a mess. They roughed him up, right? Stole this thing, which I thought was pretty ballsy for him, because it's a big old black dude. But they went in at him. He's a softie. He's a really nice fellow, actually. He's a scientist, really. But anyway, I went with him, went down there, and it was nothing. I literally walked in. I said, "Give me the damn phone," and they handed it over immediately. And I gave it to him, and I said, "Don't do this again." And we walked away. There was no blood involved, nothing like that. It's just about being have an aura of "Do not mess with me because I will break you." You know what I mean? That's really the biggest thing.
It's true.
It is true.
I faced down someone who using a razor blade on me before in the class. That little bastard.
Razor blades. That's not good.
Yeah, that's how. I mean, he's a
Hong Kong.
troublemaker. It's Hong Kong, so the only weapons we have is box cutters. So he thought that he's gonna intimidate me. I would say, "You try that on me. Do it. Do it on me. I dare you." No,
Well,
he backed down. Actually, he backed down. Pussy.
Yeah, well, Hong Kong is a place you have to be a little. Hong Kong you have to be a little bit more sensible than you do in Japan. It's a little different. I used to stay, when I used to go to Hong Kong, Dina, I used to stay in Mirador Mansions, and you got to be a little more. Those people, those guys play a little bit rougher, actually.
That you don't mess with the triads. That's the thing that you can be sure.
What I mean.
Never mess with the triads. They deal with things. They don't deal with guns, but they deal with butcher cleavers.
They do. I told you I got chased by a
Yakuza.
I got chased by a cleaver in Hong Kong.
A clover?
A clover. Yeah, that would have been scary.
So the true story was a clover.
No, they literally hatch people up. That's how they deal with their.
They do.
That's how the gangs settle down their territory and fight. There's all these young kids coming out to hatch each other with knives.
Yeah.
It was how it was back then in the. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how
now
it is
they're
today.
Out there.
Yeah. But the
they just got hired by
ago,
the government and beating up civilians.
That's true. That is true. Uncanny Kodiak says, so if Chester turns up missing, well, Yakuza. Well, that interaction with the Yakuza was literally like, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. It was a long time ago, dude. I haven't had any trouble at all. Knock, knock. We've been looking for our bat. Now we found you. They know exactly where I am, dude. Everybody knows who I am. I'm literally the only white dude within 100 miles. Well, no, the Yakuza just are not as badass as the media presents them. They're just not. They're criminal, but most of the stuff they do is legal, actually. Sorry to disillusion your
They're legal criminals?
Most of the stuff they do
they're
is
afraid
legal.
Of really breaking the laws.
Yeah, it's sketchy, but it's legal. It's very rare they do things that are straight up illegal. Most of the legal stuff they do is actually like in their brothels and things like that.
All those Yakuza games are a lie.
It is, dude. I'm sorry, right? Whereas the mafia ones, of course, they are glammed up by Hollywood as well. But
they're good artists.
They might have some, but the mafia is, you don't want to mess with them. Actually, you can get yourself in real serious trouble. Actually, when I was young, the most dangerous ones you had to really look out for were the Latin Kings. Those guys are well organized and dangerous.
Latin Kings?
Okay.
You mean in America?
Yeah, no, in America. Yeah. East Coast.
Oh, you were talking about the scary guys. I mean, we know what they do in their history, so it's in their blood, right?
Yeah, well, to give you an example, right? When I was younger, I was working for a vending company, and I was, just repairing and moving soda machines, right? But the person, it was kind of used as a laundering front for the mafia in Rhode Island, and of course they ended up getting arrested, and a whole bunch of crap happened after I was gone. But I was just a worker. But nevertheless, I saw a bunch of weird crap while working over there, and because he's directly connected to the cops. Now I don't know, maybe paying them off or whatever they were doing, but because I used to have to bring stuff down to the police stations all the time. But what happened during that time is a Korean gang tried to move into Providence, Rhode Island, and they were being quite brutal and ruthless, trying to take territory, I guess. But that was the biggest mistake in the world, because I don't know who they pissed off, but they pissed somebody off, because over the course of, I don't know, a couple of months, they all ended up dead. I mean, like in bags, dead. So don't mess with the mafia.
Sleep with the fishes. Nope, you sleep with the fishes.
Yeah, no, yeah, they don't play games, especially when the cops come and say, "Okay, go take care of it." Because when the cops give them license, they're very happy to indulge themselves.
Scary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Latin Kings are no joke, man. It's weird because I respect them in some ways too, because one of the things Latin Kings do that I think was pretty interesting. If you're a member of that gang, it's like a Latin street gang. You are required to give services of your time, whatever it is you do well, mechanics or art or whatever it is you do. You must give your time to the community for free to assist. And that's a pretty cool thing. I like the fact that they think about their community as well, not just their criminality. But at the same time,
Sounds
they
like
have,
communists.
well, I guess in a way, but they're enforcers. Yeah, those guys are brutal. I don't know if they're as bad as the
How do they give their time away?
by beating heads
Well,
in.
they
Yeah,
enforce.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure.
Oh.
yeah. No, I don't think they're as
Well.
brutal as MS-13. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yep.
Six,
Those
yeah.
guys. Those guys are scary. I mean, what they did to each other. I mean, I guess that's why I say they have it in their blood. You know what they do in the old days.
Yeah. No, but that's
I
a good
remember
point,
hearing
Bullet.
stories.
I'm sorry, what?
I remember hearing stories about the LA riots after the Rodney King stuff, and then
Oh, yeah.
they were joking.
You know, how young are you, George?
I'm 34 almost.
Okay.
Well,
but
the
I
fact that
remember-
you're saying almost still tells me how young you are. Because me,
I'm
I don't
33 and a
almost. I want the younger number. I'm not going to almost ever.
Well, I'm going to be turning 31st. But there was a story about how during the LA riots, there were Korean grocery store owners, bodega owners
Yep.
or something,
Oh, the
would
group
sit on
Koreans.
their rooftops with guns. And just like they were defending their grocery stores to the death.
It's true.
And I was like, damn,
Oh,
must
yeah,
be
I've heard of
Korean.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
because
totally
I
moved.
wanna ride
riot's not covered by insurance.
I guess
Nope.
not.
I want to
Yeah.
draw that.
They're like,
I wanna
hey,
draw
Pa,
that.
you want to come over to
Sounds
shoot
like
the
a really cool
rioters?
story.
Well, they had to. They had a right to
Doesn't that
as
sound like a
well.
cool story, though?
It was badass.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a comic?
sorry.
All right, I'm done.
Doesn't that sound like a cool story?
He's done.
Oh.
That's America.
It is, but actually, there's that lady. Who's that lady congresswoman? The black lady from Oakland. She's always impeach Trump. She's always on. What's her name? Maxine Waters. Yeah, that's her name.
That thing.
Well, that lady.
Disgusting.
That lady is disgusting, and she got her political
Hold it up.
chops during the LA riots, guys. That's what she's coming out of because she was calling for blood, and she ended up getting elected because of it. So that's where she comes from. Just keep that in mind, right? And
Of course we
Booster
know
is about
she's-
ready to reveal something, so we're gonna go
Oh,
over
no.
there. Everyone,
good.
take a breath.
I'm
I'm
gonna
nearly
watch.
drunk enough
Nope.
for this.
Cover your eyes.
I hope you
I would
boys
suggest.
are ready.
All right, here we go.
All right, this
I'm-
is
You're white boxed. All right, my God.
this is Isra Sue.
Oh man.
Wow, that's amazing. You did great.
I do apologize, George.
So
Man.
Yeah.
she is in
It's
a
like,
Zer's,
sorry.
robotic suit, and has some people were complaining there were not enough bulbs on the panel. So I decided that I would help some people out. I drew some very, very large bulbs. They're
Yeah.
robot bulbs, but I hope they'll do.
Yeah, there's no nips though.
Yeah, there's no nips, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yet.
All right, I didn't draw it.
Yes.
First thing I noticed.
And they're crooked.
There we go.
Oh my God! You really need to put a lot more detail in that suit and pull it out because all the details in Ezra's face.
That's the only detail that's needed, baby.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Are we allowed to draw nips?
Yes, you are. It's PG-13
PG-13 plus, yeah.
Oh, cool.
The thing is, you
Maybe-
can draw nips and make it look sexual.
That's true. That's true.
Well, there's other art channels out there, and they show nudity. It's fine.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. We don't want to go too hardcore because, we do have an audience of people watching. We don't want to be too outside of the box. But here on this show, we do kind of loosen it up for the artist a little bit. But I'm going to go back over to Cassidy. Cassidy, why don't you back that up a little bit so we can see it? I love how you're having a deconstruction of her armor is falling apart. It's really cool, dude.
Yep.
I love the fox, too. You see this one, George?
I know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It is.
You guys all post these, right, on Twitter?
Oh,
I want to
never.
retweet
No.
them.
At all.
Oh,
Well,
you'll be seeing mine on Twitter. Don't you worry.
Yeah, huh?
Oh no.
I'm sure I'll see a
Demonetized.
retweet.
No, George, what you need to do
Demonetized.
is after the show, all the guys go into the after show section of Discord and they drop all their art into the Dropbox that Pixel has there because Pixel keeps an archive of every show. So what you
Sweet.
need to do is
Uh-oh.
go talk to Pixel and he'll be able to give you all this art. Well, I'm assuming if these guys are okay with it. I mean, you have to ask them first. But if they're okay with it, Pixel will be able to get that to you.
Nice, thank you. Yeah, I'd love to at least retweet these, but
Have we
I don't know,
mentioned the draw along?
Oh, I haven't mentioned it,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it is a thing that's going on, of course. If you guys have been drawing along, which I know many of you are, do keep in mind just to drop that at hashtag DNQFE, hashtag DNQFE. We always appreciate the draw alongs because we know a bunch of you are doing it. If I forgot to mention it and you weren't doing it, do it quickly. You have like 30, 40, 45 minutes or something like that. So
dang.
yeah, definitely do that. We love the draw along stuff, but there's always really cool art coming out of these guys. It's amazing. So anyway, once again, Cassidy, you're killing it. You always perform when you come on, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of work. Actually, I had a conversation with my fiance about what I've been doing, and I related it to making love. You see, you could just go in all full force and just try to fix the picture, just get it done, or you could take time to get to know the picture, feel your way through it.
That's beautiful. That was poetic.
It was very poetic.
Sounds like Booster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Booster, and that's why every time Booster has sex,
no,
at the end of
I
it, they
always-
ask him if he's gay. That's why. Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
that happened once, and that's because I did it in his butt.
Oh man.
Dear Lord.
Man, I don't know. There's a time for love making, then there's another time just
I'm
grab him
not
by the hair
gay!
and go to town.
well, I'm not there yet. We haven't done it yet, so.
Oh, you haven't done. Oh,
I'm
okay.
s-
Well then,
That's okay.
just take it
He's a good
slow.
boy.
Don't let Chester tell you otherwise.
Don't let Chester's telling you, man. Grab him up by the hair and just go hammer time. It's hammer time.
Oh my goodness. Absolute caveman.
Is this a dad joke or is that a
Well,
grandpa
it's-
joke? I can't tell.
That's a realistic reality.
Probably grandpa.
Yeah.
Point.
So it's dirty old grandpa. All right, fine. I'm telling you, she'll appreciate you in the morning.
Sorry.
I know what
Sorry,
you mean.
Gramps. Maybe. We'll see.
Hey,
We'll see.
we need to keep it clean for the talk. Even you can draw nips like Booster does.
Hey, man, I'm keeping it clean.
What did you?
I didn't
I
say
draw-
anything naughty.
I draw
You can't draw
beautiful
nips.
nips.
I know you did. Now we can actually see Dina now that she's got her ink skill. These are bold, dude. I like what you're doing, Dina. It's really nice. It's a
Oh,
good
thanks.
piece today.
Oh, wow,
She's
busting
bringing
out
it,
the
guys.
Copics, huh?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gorgeous, man.
It's fun. Copic
Man,
is a
I have a
miracle.
set, and I
You got
I
that
barely
off.
use mine. They're too expensive. It hurts me to use them,
Oh, they
They're
are
not expensive
expensive.
at all. They're not.
but they look amazing.
It's good for people like me because I can't do any coloring. I don't really know how to do color. So this thing is so much easier to use. For someone like kid skills like me, I draw like little kids.
That's
I don't think so,
You draw
Dina.
really great though.
No.
It's gorgeous
Have you
art,
heard
yeah.
of color theory?
Huh, that's weird.
Ghost Henry says, in the future, Pixel is going to use that archive to embarrass everyone involved. No, some great art in there. Star Storyteller says, no, save yourself for marriage. You can do that too.
I don't recommend that.
Well, it's an interesting.
This booster just because you're horny.
That's true.
I'm always horny, baby.
Yeah.
I think
Junkyard
it
Dunn says,
fuels
please, Hammer, don't hurt
creativity.
him. I'm sorry, go ahead, Bob. All right.
Oh, no.
Dina
Sorry,
is
I wasn't
flaunting
gonna
her
say
massive
anything prophetic.
You guys hear
Copic
alright?
collection. She does have a big one, that's true.
Not that massive. It's about 100.
Only 100. And you guys,
That's about $700-800.
Yeah, it was really sad.
The
But
hardest
I
part,
can color.
but you can blend them. So if you have a certain set of primaries, you can sort of create different colors.
yes. Oh, that's
Which
cool.
it's
I
hard to
didn't know that.
decide which ones to buy because they put them in packages where you almost can't create every color on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
To buy them
Unless you
individually is
Oh.
very expensive.
I kind of wish if I have like $1,000 something dollars, I can just buy it from Japan 386 colors,
Hmm.
and then I can get them shipped to me directly,
Yeah,
and then
that's
spend
true.
another
Kills me
$1,000 something dollars.
Mhm. Some of them I've found have they fade in sunlight. Some of the colors, so I started getting really
Oh.
angry. Like I have
Aw.
a chart in front of me, and I noticed some of the colors just like they disappear after a few months if you expose them to sunlight, and I can't use those colors anymore. It drives me nuts.
I thought they actually doesn't fade as much compared to other markers.
Ghost of Henry's funny. He
They
says,
don't. Some
only
of the
100?
colors-
I have 2. Sorry, go ahead.
Michael's had them on sale last week. Buy one, get one 50% off. And that was on singles and sets.
Oh man, that sounds good.
They always have a 50% coupon you can get online from Michael's.
Yep.
But they're expensive
light fastness
markers
on them?
too.
Yeah, most art supplies, they know.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
take advantage, but technically you can sell your stuff for an insanely high price too.
Hopefully, yeah.
You'd think so.
This really depends on the luck.
No, you got to find your clients. Like with my Copics, I would actually make these little figurines for people, like wedding cake toppers and stuff. And the ones that were colored with the Copics would go for a couple $100.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
part of
amazing.
part of the reason it was so expensive was because the markers were so expensive. And then I
Sure.
realized, oh, I could totally clean these people out, and I did. But yeah,
Yeah,
especially
but the thing is, I'm in Idaho. I don't really have any connections. The thing is, selling arts and stuff, you need to have the right connections, isn't it?
oh no, you can
Not
use things
necessarily.
like I used to use Reddit for my
You just had to go to a little more parties.
networking before Reddit decided I was a Nazi. But you can use
Oh shoot.
no, you can go up on Reddit or something and just like post your portfolio and stuff, and people might commission stuff for you.
Oh, I haven't really go on Reddit yet. I don't really understand how to use that.
What did you do to get called a Nazi? Say something reasonable? Or...
I drew a comic series. I don't know if you guys
Agree.
heard this one. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Why did you get called a Nazi? What happened?
I've told the story. I'm not sure if I've told it to you guys before, so forgive me. But I drew a series of comics, and one of them got voted as the top rated comic of all time on the site.
Ooh.
And
Wow.
that got me a lot of attention. But the next day, I accidentally drew a strip where the punchline was the circle game, which is if you make a circle with your fingers and put it below your waist.
Yeah.
It looks like well, basically it means it gets to punch
No.
you. That's the game. But they thought it was the okay
Yeah.
hand symbol.
No.
Right.
God,
Oh my
God.
seriously, it's some jealous little
All that over
bitch.
that.
I'm telling
But
you,
it's
it's
funny.
a jealous little bitch.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah, if you go to
misunderstood.
Reddit right
Is
now,
the circle below your waist supposed to represent a dick or vagina?
nothing.
No,
It's
it
It
just
was
a
just
game.
like this
power.
thing in
if you
school,
look at
right?
it, I get to punch you.
You can tell where Chester's
Yeah.
head's at.
I guess. Yeah, I don't understand this. So explain it to me.
No.
It's just I don't know. Maybe it was an America
He,
thing.
he draws something. People lied and say that is a gesture for white supremacist hand gesture, which is not.
Mhm.
So I'm really jealous little bitch again.
But then what ended
Oh.
up happening was, well, the comic series was about how Reddit will turn on their creators. So in some ways, I kind of predicted that they were going to do it, and they ended up basically ruining
Doing
me.
it.
So
Filling
if
your
you look
problems,
at the series,
basically.
yeah, that one that was the top-rated comic of all time, it's still there if you go to the comic section right now.
Mhm.
And then the comic the next day was that comic with the hand circle game, and the comic after that got 0 upvotes. And since then, basically, I got brigaded, and all these creeps, and I mean creeps, followed me around on Reddit for weeks afterwards. They were trying to get my personal information. They were trying to ruin my life because they thought I was a Nazi, and I couldn't post anymore.
All because of a little hand gesture.
Yeah, and because they went to my Twitter and they found that I followed like conservative people and libertarians and stuff, they thought like, oh, he is exactly who we think he is. They tried to ruin my career, and if I didn't get hooked up with all the people that we're talking to now on Twitter, I would be delivering packages for FedEx right now, because I thought my career was over. So that was really scary. That happened in December. If you guys go to Reddit, my name on there is gprime85. You can look it up. It was really scary. But yeah, I got all of my business was through Reddit. Actually, I would get all my commissions for game development, independent stuff, comics. That's where I posted all my stuff, and then I had to start from scratch on Twitter, basically.
Wow. Well,
But it was a freaking miracle.
That's the world today, for sure.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind, guys, if you guys are drawing along, it's hashtag DNQFE as usual. And at the end of the show, Booster, of course, will bring that up and we'll look at it. So we definitely want to see your draw alongs, guys. It's that's always a lot of fun.
John, you spelled warning incorrectly. It's killing me. You gotta get to that. You gotta get rid of that first I.
Yeah.
Warning.
Worrying.
It's killing me. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to shit on you publicly, but you gotta. Oh.
But you did.
You gotta kill
But you
that
did.
eye.
You did. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Someone had to. I'm sorry.
You didn't have to delete it. It's just one letter, dude.
Oh no.
Oh, look what you did. Look what you did, Booster.
Oh, I'm a prick.
You are. You definitely are.
Yeah.
Star Storyteller says Dina speaks the truth. There you go. People are stupid. Sheep are gonna follow the herd. Yes, they are. But yeah, no, the nonsense that goes on these days is quite ridiculous. I still don't understand why you would sit there and say that the OK symbol is a Nazi thing anyway. What are you talking about? People have been using that forever.
It's a 4chan prank that these idiots fell for.
Yeah. Well, what they said was it was a dog whistle. So even though they knew it was a prank, that let's take the most mundane hand symbol that everyone does, including Barack Obama, and let's try to turn that into a joke. And then they basically bought it. So everyone who did the OK hand symbol or played the hand circle game after that was guilty of the dog whistle, they called it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're signaling other alt-right or whatever people of like, hey, I'm one of you guys, hush, hush. And, oh, hey, look, especially in my case, it's like, oh, hey, look, I got to the top of Reddit, wink, wink. They can't stand the fact that like they can't control everything and everyone. And because I make comics making fun of everybody, including SJWs, and they found them and they're just basically like, he's a sinner. We have to go after him.
How dare you be a sinner?
I know. Yeah, but whatever, man. They will come around eventually, and I'm sure. Like when we see Trump derangement syndrome, for instance, like how crazy they're behaving all the time. It's like this can't last. Eventually, all the crying wolf is going to bite them in the butt, and then everyone's going to settle down eventually.
Oh no! What's going to happen is you're going to see more and more acts like you did on the border with that crazy that crazy SJW Antifa guy, who, acting upon the advice of Cortez, went down and charged the border police with a gun and got himself killed. You're going to see this escalate, and it's become more and more of them are going to die, and it's either going to erupt into something where a lot of them die, or they're going to back off and say, "Ooh, maybe we should take a minute to think about this." That's where it's going to go. Josh, I do have a question. I see you're doing. I thought at first this was just you're working in the negative here. Is this what you're going to look like in the end, or are you simply working in something and you're going to shift it back to white at the end? What are you doing, Josh?
Well, I kind of wanted to create like a black and white version of the space. It really doesn't like match up with George's wonderful art. But I don't know. I might throw a couple like, I guess, moonbeams.
Okay, so this is what you're going for. You're going for the negative space piece of art. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, who knows with space?
I just
All I
because
know is
when I saw you starting and then you come to here, I thought maybe you were doing some effect that you could work out the little details and then come back to a white page. I didn't know what you were doing. Now I get it. Cool.
well, now you got me all conscious now.
Do
Now I'm,
I?
like, nervous? Like,
Uh-oh.
oh, did I fuck up? Oh, sorry.
How'd you do that?
I messed up.
Uh-oh.
Once again,
Right.
someone else stealing boosters F bombs. Oh my god.
You know,
Disgusting. I
For
have a
fuck's
limited
sake.
one of these.
Hey.
No, dude. I
See,
just.
if we keep doing this way.
They don't respect me.
Of course they don't. No one respects you. What are you talking about?
Not even a little.
Why would
No,
they?
Why would
this
they?
the
That's the
ugly
weirdest thing.
truth. No one
Who
respect
needs a
poor
heater?
booster.
Who needs a heater?
I just have a little respect.
All
I'm
these
kind of
all
neat.
these birds.
Oh,
Well, you do it to yourself. I mean, you tell us that you're short, then you tell us you're bald, then you tell us you're fat, then you say that your penis is extremely small. What do you expect us to do?
I
Oh no.
I don't recall talking about my tiny penis that way.
Oh my. Oh
Oh
well.
dear
I had
Lord.
a name for it. What was it?
You know
I
the
like
funny.
you, Booster. You're just the way you are.
You're just the way you are. Of course, any of you
Fraction
who,
tiny.
any of you guys who know Booster off this show and elsewhere, you know that this is all a shtick, right? You get it, right?
Yeah, he's got a giant penis.
I wasn't going there.
well,
but
now-
fine.
That's totally the wrong focus, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
I
take
thought that's
it.
what he meant. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Take your head clean off.
Take your head clean
Just
off.
easy.
Oh wow. Wow.
Just
Respect is
easy to
earned.
pick on for a little one.
He is. He is. He does. Self-deprecation is an impressive skill, and he's got it.
Hey, how much time do we have left?
Yeah, how much time we got
You
left,
guys
man?
got 30 minutes. A little bit less than 30 minutes, actually.
Oh no, doesn't sound good to me.
Well, get on it then.
One
Uh,
boom.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. But Ghost of
It's
Henry
too
is very.
hot. You don't get it.
It's too hot. What are you talking about? It's too hot.
It's too
Out here
hot.
it's
It's freaking
been
here
like
in
90,
Idaho.
100 degrees.
Don't you have air conditioning?
Probably. I'm sweating. Well, we don't have air conditioning because our summer is freaking short, like 2 months.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
In Idaho, there's
Yeah.
only construction season and winter.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
It's true.
All right.
There's no summer.
Idaho. So how did a little
Idaho.
Hong Kong lady end up in Idaho of all places?
Good question.
My husband's family is in Idaho,
Oh, that was a simple answer. Okay. Fine.
and I dream of miles and miles of farmlands when I was little. So I want to live in a place like that.
I see. So is
I still
Idaho
dream of-
a very flat place?
No.
Right now it is a flat area, but back then where I was living is more with mountains. I feel better when it's mountains around me, though. It
Where are you
feels
living
safer.
in? Oh wait. I used to live in.
That's okay.
Yeah, I used to live in Hagerman, in Gooding, but I also used to be in Gooding. Yeah.
I don't really know what area that is.
Paulus says
That's
he
fine.
never said that about his
Southern
penis. It's
Idaho.
just a lucky guess. Oh, okay, fine.
We are still on the same topics. Why are men so interested in that?
We're not. We just enjoy
Because women
joking.
aren't.
Easy to talk.
Because women aren't. Wow, interesting.
It's about half an hour away from Twin Falls, I guess.
Ah, I never really been there, so I don't know. But I used to live in Boise a long time ago. Well, a few years back.
Boise.
I lived out in
Boise's
Napa.
cool. Used to go to all the
We
church
got a lot of
fairs there.
Californians here now.
Nampa?
No, they're all escaping the escaping the
wanna be
tyranny,
Sorry to
right?
hear that.
Let me go.
Yep.
Let me
The
come.
problem is
come.
usually they're not bad, but then they come over here and they start act like that they live in Boise their whole life. We're like, get the heck out of here! You just moved in here last month, man.
I lived in Idaho for a good 10 years.
I'm not
Oh,
talking
did ya?
about you. I'm
Wow.
talking about those Kellys.
Kellys. Ooh, that's a new one.
Yeah.
Those Kellys. Explain that to me. I want to know that. I want to know this one.
Callies.
Oh, Callies.
I'm already
Oh.
speaking in a very nice way. I usually speak more low of them. So yeah,
Well.
because we got Cassidy here is in Kelly, so I'm gonna give him some respect.
I don't
And
mind.
also our boss Pistol is Kelly too, so I'll give him a little bit respect too.
What's a
Oh.
Kelly?
A Callie. She's trying to say
Yeah.
Callie.
Callie.
A Callie.
Oh,
I-
cat. Okay. I was thinking Irish dude.
But my heart
Yeah,
is in
right?
Idaho. Can I say one of my influences for drawing and one of my was actually a denizen of Idaho.
Oh, really? Who?
Cool.
Hold on, I gotta get his book.
Hold on, I gotta Google this.
Don't forget we have time
I'm gonna
limits.
stop right.
Oh, we got plenty of time. And the
Okay.
chat is still going on about Booster's penis, so it's all good.
Oh gosh.
Oh, great.
No, I have
Seriously.
his books.
That's a very good
I just
topic.
have to get it out.
About it.
Half an hour. That's fine.
Oh dear Lord. What have happened? What happened to mankind?
Yep.
Oh, mankind's just
Why are we
fine.
so
Penis.
primitive? Why
the
are we
ones
so
that-
primitive these days?
Not primitive.
You guys. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You guys know an artist by the name of Dave Stevens?
No. What has he done?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Rocketeer.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Drew that. That was basically his major contribution to comics. Yeah, he's originally from Idaho, and yeah, one of my faves. And then you realize you could be from anywhere and make something great. Doesn't matter where you're from.
Yep.
Now, I'm assuming you're from California.
Funny story. I was actually born in California, but moved right after I was born. And
What part of
then
California?
moved back to California, and then moved back to Idaho.
Well, I'm assuming because you used the word
And then-
fave. You said it's my fave. That's definitely a California thing. Yeah,
That's a California.
it is.
I know.
It is.
Well, I've been here
I was
for
born in California.
a little while now.
Well, two of my favorite cartoonists of all time came from the Midwest.
Oh, really? Who?
And you would think that, yeah, Charles Schultz and Bill Watterson were.
Oh, I love
Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz was from Minnesota, I think, and Watterson still lives in Ohio. And you would think that they're from the middle of nowhere, but they're incredible, legendary.
Yeah, sure. Well, a fun
I think
Mandela,
South-
a fun Mandela effect point for you. His name is not Charles Schultz; it's Charles Scholes.
Right? Yeah.
And you're gonna have me
Yeah,
believe
sure.
The thing is,
Bernstein Bears.
Right.
Bernstein Bears.
That is a
Bernstein.
fascinating thing, man. We need to talk about that on TFT. I think.
Right?
Yeah, more actually. I think we
great
talked about it a
people.
little bit
That's
already. This is an
great people
absolutely
that send
killer
butter.
piece you got going on here, Brad.
Thanks.
Really? Yeah, and that shadowing did fix that back leg completely, dude. Yeah. This is really cool. What do you think of how this is coming out, George?
Yeah, I was gonna say I love any piece that has a lot of depth to it. You can see like that third axis, the Z axis. You're going into the picture, and you can feel the energy. What I like about manga, especially the manga style, you can feel, how do I put it, like wind coming from an explosion behind her, and it's casting a shadow, and all of the speed lines are pointing to the explosion, which emphasizes the motion in the picture. It's a lot of information happening at once. It's really cool to see.
It is cool. Yeah. Well, Brad can draw. That's for sure. He can't do much else,
No,
but he
I
can
suck.
draw.
That's true. I can't do much else.
Oh,
And it's interesting. Paula says that Jason Brubaker is from Idaho. Oh, I didn't know that.
Idaho is a great place. People always underestimate Idaho. They always say Idaho is poor. I say, yeah. Do you know where Kiwi comes from? You know that we are the first place we have nuclear power.
There you go.
Nobody
Wow.
remember us.
No one wants to.
Yeah,
The only thing good from Idaho is potatoes.
Yeah. And everybody says,
Because that's what the Simplot lie to
oh,
you.
you said it.
Simplot want to make sure it is their kingdom forever.
Isn't Omaha in Idaho?
Do you know that?
But it's
What the-
also the
No.
young state, and it has the highest population.
The highest population of what? Cows?
We have milk, we
Trees.
have potatoes, we have cheese, we have
Lots of
ice cream. It's pretty.
Everybody's
we also
got
have a
ice
lot of
cream.
beautiful skiing resorts.
Oh, really?
Do you know that? We
Oh
have
my gosh.
beautiful resorts. The Swedes come over here from
Yeah.
Switzerland and bought so many land to turn it into really beautiful resorts.
Got to go to Sun Valley. I'm just saying.
It's true.
Sun Valley's beautiful.
One of my
Swan
life
Valley as
missions
well.
in every state.
No, Omaha's in
to-
Nebraska. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Omaha is in Nebraska.
Mhm.
Why do you think it's in Idaho for some reason?
Because I was trying to think of the most obscure
That
place I
place
could
my
think of,
husband
and
says is a
Omaha came
hell.
into my mind.
It's in the heart
My
of
husband
matters.
said it's a hell.
So what-
Hellhole. He
what
lives
is
in
the-
Omaha.
What is the capital of Idaho then?
Boise.
Boise.
thought-
Boise.
I thought it's obvious. It's
Yeah.
French.
What does that have to do with anything? But there you go, Booster. There's a place called Boise. You
Trees.
could go be there.
Why would I want to be in Boise?
Oh, we actually have a
Because
lot
you
of
are
hot
the
bays.
boy.
We have a lot of hot bays.
Uh,
The city of trees.
I was part.
What did,
Yeah.
what did you just say to my face?
What do you want us to say?
Oh, God. It's,
You just got something to say?
the Howl Comic says Moose Tracks ice cream from Idaho is the best. Cool. I'm learning a lot about Idaho, which I never wanted to do. But hey, all right.
Thanks.
Well, if you ever get a chance to visit, then and if you have been to Switzerland before, then you understand why Idaho is beautiful.
Never been to Switzerland, but I miss Idaho.
I went skiing this past winter, and I've been so out of shape.
Let me back.
I couldn't tell if it was because of the ski lift or if I was this out of shape. Is like, I think I was skiing for an hour or an hour and a half, and I got so nauseous I almost felt like I was going to vomit.
Oh.
But it was so sad because I loved skiing when I was a kid, and I haven't done it in years, and I had to stop.
You should do it again.
I want to. I hope it's because I'm out of shape. But I couldn't tell if the ski lifts, like the motion, was giving me motion sickness or something like that. But like,
yeah,
it was
you
so
can.
sad. Like, I love.
You can contact. You can contact me. My grandparents-in-law. They live in one of those skiing resorts in Idaho. Really beautiful. So then,
yeah.
and they also open a Airbnb there, so that all the money they raise, they use it, donate it to the local music festival.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
And they can.
I
And
wanna-
my great, they all the grandmother also skis, so she can help you. She's really fit.
All right, let's make sure. I'm gonna make sure I follow you all on Twitter. I want to get in touch with you and get those get that info.
Yeah,
Awesome.
don't tell her what I do though.
What, draw boobs on live stream? No, I won't tell her that.
Yeah, don't talk about that.
Okay. But you guys, you might not know this about me, but I'm an absolutely killer skier, man. I go fast, straight, great. I don't know how to turn, but I go straight like nobody's business.
You still ski, or that was years ago when you were younger?
No, Dina, I was making a joke. I'm an absolutely horrible skier. Horrible.
Oh, okay.
It's a horrible
Yeah.
joke too. but
It
it's
was a
all
bad
right.
joke. I do
Yeah.
apologize. You know the weird thing, actually, I can snowboard well enough, but I can't ski. It's weird. I don't know why. You would think it would be harder, but I suck at both of them anyway. But maybe I used to surf when I was a kid. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm a horrible skier. Yeah.
I once
But you
tried
can
snow.
surf in snow too.
I suppose that's probably why. Yeah. Cassidy, you are being white box, but we can't see only this one little the bolt that we're focused on. Could you back it up a little bit so we can see the whole page? Straight like an arrow, yeah. Yeah. I actually crashed into a couple trees. It's no joke.
Jeez. I know you can get some seriously bad injuries.
Oh, you can, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just really bad at it.
Or you can break your legs.
I'd imagine, yeah. But I could
That's what
actually, I could skate a little bit because we used to play hockey on the ponds, yeah. But I wasn't very good at that either.
With professional stuff going on, like now that I'm like, well, I can't afford an injury. Let's say if I break my drawing wrist or something,
Sure.
then
Oh no.
so I try to. Unfortunately, I can't do a lot of physical stuff anymore. That would like put it in danger. Skiing, I figure, like even if I break a leg, I could still, I could still draw with a broken leg.
This is true. Yeah, I used to worry about that a lot when I was younger playing my saxophone, but as I got older, I was just screw it, because you gotta do what you gotta do, right? With my hands.
I mean,
yeah.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to convince yourself to take risks, I guess.
Who is
Yeah, well,
spanking something?
Uh-oh.
That'd be
Someone is
Booster
spanking
spanking his
something.
monkey.
Uh-oh. Double uh-oh.
Hey, I'm polite, right? I bloody mute myself before I have a whack.
Oh God. And he mutes himself.
Okay.
feel bad.
I have no idea what it means. Now I just
You
feel
said you were
sad that I
bloody
asked that question.
Uh-huh. Scott said, I did just show that horrible 10-minute I did. Well, thank you for doing that. And of course, guys, he's referring to the draw along. If you are drawing along, please do us a favor and go over to hashtag DNQ on Twitter. Just put it in there, put your draw along, and we'll take a look at the end of the show. We always enjoy doing that, man. It's really awesome to see the cool things that come out of it, for sure. And we're getting up there, guys. We're sitting at 12 minutes. 12 minutes away from being done.
Oh
crap.
no.
Yep.
12 minutes only?
12 minutes. And guys have come a
Jeez.
long way. We've seen some really good pieces. I don't think we're going to have anyone who doesn't finish today.
There's no Jiminy's here.
Yeah, no, Jiminy's not here. It is sad that he is a bit slow, but because he's a really good artist, actually.
Don't defend him. Don't defend him.
I will defend the
Yeah, I don't
Jiminy.
think
He's
I'll
a
defend
sweet
No.
little boy.
Jiminy
He's
is
probably your
senpai.
age.
He is my age. Exactly my age, I think. But no, he's a super nice guy, actually,
You
Jimmy.
just look young.
Yeah, I keep telling people he looks like a slightly aged Urkel. That's exactly what he looks like.
Oh my god. Just Jaleel White.
What'd you say?
So just Jaleel White then.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He's gonna kill me. But I love Jiminy, man. He's a really nice man, actually. And he's a professional artist too. He works all the time. He works more in marketing and stuff like that, it seems. But He's his collection of stuff. He showed me all this kind of pro stuff he done. It's pretty cool, man. He's got a very long career of logo creations and various things like that. It's pretty cool.
Neat.
Gurkle my Urkel. Uh-oh. Anonymous alias has something to say. We are getting toward the end of the show, guys. Here, do keep in mind that when we are at the end, I'm going to show each piece of art very clearly so you can see it. And then we're going to have Booster drop our straw poll. That you guys go over there and vote on that. And whilst we're doing that, we will be looking at the hashtag DNQFE, drawing along. And that's always a lot of fun. And then we'll announce the winners. We do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us and being part of the Drone Recorded every week. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And do keep in mind that the winner here does get an opportunity to go over to the Pro Edition on Black Elite Universe with Mike's Pro Edition. What did you guys draw yesterday? I was working. I couldn't see Cassidy.
It was graveyard shift.
Graveyard shift. Oh, okay. So which character did you choose yesterday, Cassidy? Cassidy's not talking to me.
Yeah,
I think he did multiple ones.
Yeah.
he did the team.
I think Cassidy fell out, actually, is the problem. He did try to do multiple.
And he was actually drawing at a park on a bench.
Was he? That's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who won yesterday?
Mike.
Mike did.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Mike.
Well, he pulls one out every now and then.
It was a
It's
strong
more about the
piece, too.
composure.
Was it a good piece?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. No,
Oh, yeah,
Mike,
this was really good.
Mike can draw real well.
Mike is awesome, but
He is.
it just his style is hard to learn.
Well, his I think Mike's style is very much generic comic book style. That's what he does, and he does it really well.
Another
Yeah, and that's why he's gotten so much work over the years, because it's the perfect comic style, right? And I'm sure he put himself into that niche specifically, and it paid off for him.
that's how you be a pro.
Yep, consistency, right? That's true.
It's amazing.
What do you guys? So, what the rest of you guys think about consistency? Because when I see you guys come on, I see all kind of different styles coming out of the same people. But what do you guys think about the idea of picking a style and sticking to it?
Oh yeah, I've chosen my style.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller style.
No, seriously.
Ezra Miller's his
Oh, yeah.
What do you think, Brad?
So consistency is good for repetitive work. So if you get stuck drawing the same type of, like, people think I'm a horror artist all the time because I do really dark work, but I can do a lot of other things too. But I did anime when I was younger and stuff like that. So but it's good for repetitive work, but it's not that much fun. You want
to change.
express yourself. Yeah. So
I get it. Yeah, that's kind of actually an interesting thing we have on our, of course, on our Comics News Today show here on Fanspeak. We have George Gatsis joins us a lot and gives his opinion. He's kind of got that fiery type of opinion, which is good to have amongst the group. But George, most people know George from his Joe King style and all the comics he's made over his 30-year career, which are a lot of them. They all have that kind of Joe King cartoony, artsy style. But the thing that's interesting to me is I've seen George's other stuff, and he can draw just like Jim Lee. He can draw just like, this artist or that artist. He actually is a really good artist. But that comic-y Joe King style is what he stuck to, and that's where he's made his career off of. I just thought it was really interesting because when I saw his other stuff, I was like, whoa, dude, why aren't you doing that? And he said, well, because this is what
Picasso?
I do. Dude, he's really good. Dina, actually, his
Well, I
when
know.
he's serious,
I'm just saying that he's
amazing.
like. I saw him being serious before. I'm just saying, so he's like Picasso, who can draw really, really well, but then he decided to draw something else.
Some crap,
with a different style.
It's crap. It's absolute crap. Modern art is crap. Yeah, but no, it's interesting because he stuck with that, and that's what he's made his career on. What do you think about that, George? You're obviously working, and you have this bright, vibrant, colorful manga style. But Do you think it's good to allow yourself to be pegged into a certain thing, or should you be constantly changing?
Well, they say it's good to be flexible or as flexible as possible. But then for jobs that have a time limit, you have to sort of do whatever's fastest.
Uh-huh.
I recently had a commission to work on a certain comic that I can't name, and I was asked to draw like another artist, and I had to work super, super fast to try to mimic their style, and I failed. I wasn't able to do it. My characters looked way too much like the way that I draw it, as opposed to the way that they drew it, and my work ended up getting sort of worked over and massaged, but I sort of failed that commission. But it depends. If you're working for yourself, then I say work in the style that you're the most comfortable with, because speed is the most important thing. But if you're accepting commissions where you have to draw in another style, I actually personally can't do that. I find I have to work double the amount of time that I normally do if I have to draw in a style that I'm uncomfortable with, and I end up hating the art anyways. And my clients get pissed off at me too, so it doesn't really work out for me.
I think it's unfair. Isn't that unfair? You want someone to draw in somebody else's style? I mean, style is a personality thing.
Well,
yeah, I sort of
work,
it is. You have to ask yourself, like for me, I just can't do it. When people ask me like, oh, I really like your stuff, but can you draw in this person's style?
Then
Like,
you
for
don't
instance,
like, they don't like your stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like, why are you commissioning me? Why don't you go after the person? Like, they can't, because that
Who
person's
you
too
like, you know?
famous.
I hate
Right.
it when people do it. I mean, I'm not a really good artist, but when people say, "How can you do it like this?" Like, how about you hire someone else? Like, but only your price is the only one I can afford. So then maybe you should hire someone else
Yeah,
you know?
I agree completely. It does upset me, but you have to decide. Like, for instance, am I doing it for a living? Okay, so I have to just take whatever contracts that come to me. I can't say no to every job.
Oh, they better pay really worth it. The pay.
Yeah, that's what I end up doing, is that I make my prices so crazy high, not because I'm saying screw you to them, but I know it's going to be stressful. So I just say, if they're going to ask me for, I know it. So I just like double my price. And if they're willing to pay, fine.
That's interesting.
Okay.
We do have a few
I hate
comments.
doing it, but
We do have a few comments here from the chat I think are interesting. Ghost of Henry says, just changing from pen to brush can change your style completely. Interesting.
Totally.
Rip T says, style is how you solve problems. Will Eisner. There you go. And Paula says, I like doing different styles. Bullet says, how do you like being pegged? Chester 2019. Well, dude, I wasn't talking to Booster. I mean, come on, you're making an inference. Joe says, it's why.
Oh dear.
Joe says, it's why Disney simplified Winnie the Pooh from there's Meline drawings. So that's the animators could be consistent. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I get the idea, I guess. I get the inference. He says it's the difference between art and illustration. Interesting. Joe continues by saying, well, what about cover bands who do note-for-note recreations? That's not bad. Or orchestras who play 200-year-old music notes for note, not bad either. But it's like artists versus technicians. It's interesting. I know as a musician myself, sometimes I will play note-for-note copy of something, but I hate it. I hate it. When I'm doing a solo, I want to do my own thing. But sometimes you have no choice.
If I prefer it when a band covers something, they try to stay true to the original, but also do it in their own style.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of just absolutely copying someone else.
Yeah. Well, the problem I have over here in Japan, Booster, is the Japanese in general are really good at copying stuff, but they have no personal soul when it comes to music, right? And I don't know how that represents in other things. I only know the music side of it. But it really frustrated me when I was putting my band together here in Japan, which I've had a few of them, but I kind of did the same thing with each one. I went out looking for musicians who could do their own thing and weren't stuck with that. Like I had an opportunity to bring a guitarist in to my band a long time ago, and the dude is freaking amazing, and he does Stevie Ray Vaughan perfectly, note for note copy of Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Ooh.
but that's all he can do. He can't do his own thing. It's just copy of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now I went and found, of course,
Same
in the
thing
end.
for Chinese.
Yeah, it's a problem here in Asia. Now I found artists that are very, very good and very, very capable of doing that. So I mean, it's all good, but it's tough here, dude.
They can mimic. They can become a perfect way to play like a music box, but they don't know how to be themselves. They don't know where is their soul.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't. And thank you for correcting that, Joe. I didn't understand what you were saying, but that's the artist name. I get it. Thank you. A. Moline is the artist. Excellent. Thank you. But it is so I understand a little bit. I guess I'm not an artist at all. I'm just a musician. But I guess they have similar
Musician is an
things.
artist.
Well, yeah, but it's a different medium. Yeah. Let's see.
Never
Joe
thought about
says,
not
I like
hurt.
doing my own thing musically, but I love playing David Gilmour solos as they are. Well, it's David Gilmour because they are perfect. I wouldn't deign to change them. Those notes are what I love in that order. I see. Yeah, no, the reason I said sometimes I have to do things for note because sometimes I do like where I'll go and be like a guest with a band or I'll go and join something, and they're doing, and I'll do like my own little solo, and they know that we want to be exactly like this sax solo and exactly on this album, this particular session or what have you, and I accommodate them and I do that, but I just don't like it. I'd much prefer to do my own solo, right? Whether that solo is
Mr.
as good or
Jazz.
not doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
Jazz is supposed to be every performance should be different.
Play
Okay.
Freebird.
I thought.
Freebird, damn, that's a beast, man. Yeah, it is. I do Simple Man in my band, though. That is a great song, man. It was a great crescendoing song. I love it. Leonard Skinner, baby. Rip T says the name is pronounced Millen. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know this person offhand, but
How
Millen.
much time we have left?
You have 3 minutes.
Freaking 3 minutes.
Oh.
Gosh.
Frickin'
Alright.
3 minutes. Hurry up, people. Let's
Or else
Gotta
we'll
go
have
fast,
to get
boys.
showed down by Ezra Mueller.
Yeah, I thought it would be way better.
I see what you were doing, Josh. You were playing around. I get you. You were trying to play. Yeah, I was right, dude. I knew you were doing that, dude.
Doing what?
Doing what you did.
Oh, what thing did I do?
Yeah, she's reaching for the ramen. I approve. It's a very good piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I approve 100%. Got to get that ramen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Getting
'cause
that
you-
ramen, man.
Well, you put it in the negative so you could get all the little details, right? That's what you were doing, right?
This is Joshua
I think
Mitz,
so.
right?
I didn't quite understand
This is
what you
Ewok,
meant.
dude.
Oh,
Oh, that's
wait, so he
Ewok?
is Mitz.
Hi,
Yeah, it's
Ewok.
Ewok.
Ah, man.
Looks
I-
so
Ah, I like Ewok. He's funny.
Well, he
3
tries.
minutes, ludicrous speed, go!
Okay,
And
well,
Rip,
I've
Rip
put him
says
on
Lyle
the poll
Chester
as Joshua
almost got
Mitz,
it.
so
Oh, sorry. Millen?
Uh,
Millen? I do apologize. It is really nice, Josh. And then, of course, our last one we will white box for today before coming back and showing them all is Michael. Perfect timing I had there. It worked out nice. That is cool, Michael. It looks like you got it all done pretty much, huh?
oh,
Yeah, I'm much more of a colorist than a line artist, but I think it turned out good.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Jesus Christ. Booster's picture.
Jesus Christ loves you.
He does. Boosters.
What's
Behold my
wrong?
ultimate form. Goodness gracious. Do keep in mind, guys, here in less than a minute, I'm going to be calling a halt to things, and then I'm going to go and show each person's art very clearly, and then Booster's going to drop that straw poll. Excuse me. If you have been drawing along, please make sure that it is on the hashtag DNQFE on Twitter. That is hashtag DNQFE, and we'll take a look at that while the straw poll is going. Awesome. Coming down to seconds, guys. Seconds. Literal seconds.
Booster, you need to give him bigger nips.
A little bit bigger.
You think so? You think the nips need to be bigger?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, like, do it right. I think huge areolas, dude. Huge areolas.
Dude, huge,
Oh, no.
gigantic
I want
ones.
tiny little nipples.
Oh no, they gotta be big and braily.
No. I prefer the nice tight little brown ones. I like those a lot. Those are nice.
Nah, you gotta have them big and juicy. You can suck on them.
The pink ones? No, dude. The brown, little tight brown ones.
No. They gotta be those National Geographic ones.
Oh no, God, no. All right, here we go, guys. Countdown time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down your pencils, put down your erasers, put down all the equipment that is necessary to make drawing happen, because we are done, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're going to take a look at the art. Since we're on Michael's, we will start with Michael's. Now, Michael, I like what you're doing here. You took this right off the Indiegogo page, which is cool. You had a little bit of your own flair, but yeah, it's nice. What do you think, George? What do you think of Michael's offering for today?
Let me see if I can click on it. Oh, that's rad. The enormous battery and the gun, especially.
Yeah.
I have to see. Yeah, I have to look into damage for the suit and stuff like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I wonder
dude.
if this will still work under those conditions.
Oh, why not? It's a comic book. You can do whatever you want. But there are bobs involved, so Booster, please do judge them.
Not big enough. Need to be bigger bobs.
So,
Much bigger.
1 to 10.
Enhance the bobs. That's a 2.
That's a 2. Ooh, God, a 2 from the Booster. Goodness gracious. All right, here we go. Moving down over here to Joshua. Joshua is going to win that contest. What do you think, George?
Let's see. I'm looking. Sorry, there's a delay, so I'm going to try.
Well, you can just in the Hangouts, you can just white box people yourself.
Okay, yeah, there was a delay. But yeah, coming through. Jeez. I especially like the Bork with the bra. He's wearing the bra as a hat.
Yeah, you get it on. She's chasing that ramen. She's completely naked. That's awesome. Very nice,
this
Joshua.
Is Haram.
Yeah, right. Well, he's definitely going for the right audience, because everyone over here is going to vote for that for damn sure. But good on you, Joshua. Nice piece, dude.
Thank you.
All right. Moving down here, George, we're going to be looking at John Cheddar's piece. This is a color piece, but he's took the color out for the competition here. What do you think about this watercolor attempt from John, dude?
It's a very dynamic pose, and that sword is pretty banging. I wonder. No, I don't think she would have that in the comic, but that's pretty rad. And I have to think, like, maybe aliens. There are going to be aliens in this series. I have to figure out what they're going to look like.
Oh well, I'm looking forward to see what they turn out, dude. All right, so thank you very much, John. Moving down here, we have Eric Hawkins over here. This is Eric's piece. What do you think of this, George?
Let's see. Clicking. Oh, that's good. I especially like the contrast in these pieces. That's the great thing about black and white, is you can sort of, when you think about your composition, you can decide like what negative space is to be ignored and what's the focus. So I like especially how Eric here is using the light space for the character, and then the more it recedes into the background, it helps the characters pop a lot more. And I like the pose, of course, sitting in the suit's chest. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Thanks.
All right. Sweet. All right. Moving down here, George, we have Dina. Oh, Dina. That's a great piece. What do you think, George?
You like it?
I love it.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
It is beautiful, Dina.
How the high res popped in. That's really great.
Yeah, no, it definitely pops off the page, Dina. Really good job.
And the eyelashes remind me of I don't know what it reminds me of.
1999.
It's like a shoujo manga kind of thing. Did you read shoujo manga back in the day?
When I was a little girl, but I learned how to draw eyelashes like that from that old lady who drew the Rose of Venzay. Is that how
The
you pronounce it?
Rose.
The Rose of Ven. The French palace is that with a V?
Versailles. Versailles.
Yes.
You're trying to say the Rose of
Versailles?
Versailles.
Versailles.
Versailles. Oh, okay.
Actually,
Yeah, the Rose of Versailles.
but it's really interesting. Like with handwriting, like men and women have a very different way of rendering stuff, and I find this fascinating. It's very delicate,
Mm.
but detailed. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Dina's a really good artist, and that's a beautiful piece you got here. All right, let's move down here. We have last week's champ. Actually, we got Cassidy and a very whimsical and fun piece here. George, what do you think?
That is a really cool piece too, and
Yeah.
it's drawn as if it was with ink, right? But that was digitally drawn.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the idea, is to try and make it look as traditional as possible.
Interesting.
Nah, I really like that. What's your background with? Do you draw manga and stuff?
Yeah, I learning how to draw from manga, and then I kind of started getting into Western comics because I was convinced that there was no future in drawing manga America. So I was like, oh, all right.
I think
But
there
yeah.
might be
Yeah.
a shift coming on that, though, dude. What do you
You
think,
never know.
Booster?
Oh, for
Judge
sure.
them. Judge them.
The Bobs.
Mm.
4. Make
Oh,
them
come on.
bigger.
Come on. Those are pretty good. I'd give those a 7 at least. What are you
It
talking about?
hunts.
Fine.
There's
Maybe
hearts.
I should have drawn Bobs. I draw
should
better
have.
Bobs.
You should have. You do
would.
draw
You
Bobs
would
just
draw
fine.
better Bobs.
But
I'm
moving
trying,
on
I'm
here,
trying.
great piece though, Cassidy, absolutely killer, dude. Moving on to our last artist of the day, George, we have Brad. And damn, I think it's gonna be hard pressed to beat Brad today.
Oh,
That
man.
is killer, dude.
Yeah, that's solid.
It's
That
beautiful.
does kick ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Brad
is.
looks great.
It's just every little bit of it, the sucking of light into the explosion, yeah, it's just this is killer,
Too
Brad.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Very
banging.
much.
I don't know. What do you think, George?
I mean, you guys nailed it. Exactly what you were saying is it's dynamic. It has great value. There's black and white and gray all over the place, and it's got depth and action. It's as complete a piece as you could hope for in 2 hours.
Yeah,
It's
and
amazing.
Yeah.
I
I
really
want to
hope.
complete it when it's done. When we're done. So
Yeah, it's beautiful
awesome.
though, and I definitely hoping we see some scene like this in your comic, dude, because obviously it belongs in there. It's a beautiful piece, dude. Good job, Brad. All right, guys, let me come back real quick.
thank you.
Let me go back over to Michael, who's completely white screened. I don't know what's going on here, Michael. We can't see your art. Oh, there you go. Back it up a little bit.
Frida's weird with Hangouts.
It is. But anyway, this is Michael's piece, guys. If you like it, definitely vote for it on the straw poll. We have Joshua's piece, which is fun and awesome.
Okay.
Mhm.
I put him on the poll as Joshua Metz because I thought this guy was Metz.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's because I am.
So you're Joshua
Oh.
Metz for the sake of this poll.
Okay.
Well, he is Joshua Metz. What are you talking about?
What even? Well, don't respond when I was silly. Oh, yeah, you're pissed off.
What are you talking about? He is J Metz, dude.
Just carry it. Just carry on.
Oh, goodness
I'm
gracious.
having a
I do apologize, Josh. He's hard to train. But if you guys like what Josh Metz has done here, then definitely vote for him on the poll, guys. Of course, then continue down. We have John Chedester as well. Nice little watercolor he did here. Unfortunately, we can't show the color, but this is great. If you like that, vote for that. Come over here. Eric Hawkins, of course, has got his nice little piece here. She's at rest. Very nice. If you like that, check it out and vote for it.
She got bobs.
She does. Dina does not have bobs. Well, she has bobs, but her character doesn't. But this is a beautiful piece, Dina. Very, very nice. You guys caught that finally. I'm glad you can keep it up. Then if you like that, vote for that. Coming down, we have Cassidy's really fun piece, Cassidy. You got a really very good style, Cassidy. I love to see your art, dude. If you guys like what he's doing here, definitely vote for him on the poll. And of course, last and very hard to beat, but not certainly not last, is Brad. Oof, Brad. If you guys like what he's doing here, definitely vote for him on the straw poll. So Booster is going to drop that straw poll link right now. Guys, get over there and vote for that, please.
Right
and
now.
then right now, please. And whilst he's doing that, whilst you guys are voting, we're going to go take a look at the hashtag DNQFE. It's still not too late. If you guys have your pieces and want to show them, just go to Twitter, put in hashtag DNQFE, and then just drop your picture in there, and we'll take a look at it. Okay. There you go. Booster is putting it up. So, what are we looking on the draw along today, Booster? We got a lot of cool stuff, or what?
Well, let's see. Over at the thing. Just give me a minute.
Over at the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Over at the thing. Wow, I'm going over there.
Wow, this is just
Right now.
it's so disturbing. I'm so glad Ezra's gone. Ooh, George, look at that, George.
Here we are.
Who's
The
this from?
first one of the day. Who is it? Jason Gonzalez.
Jason Gonzalez. That's really nice. What do you think, George?
Sweet. I love the
It is
gun.
sweet.
I, for some reason, I
Yeah,
think
right.
upside down guns are coolest.
They are cool. They are cool, dude.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
really cool to see how everyone's interpreting the suit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said there are many, so that allows them to do whatever
Yeah.
they want. What the hell is that?
El Rodimus Flash. The mighty Mary Sue.
I love that one.
That's the winner of the night.
The future is non-binary. Get used to it.
She's gonna get it. For the love of God, do not misgender her.
Yeah, right. That's funny. El
Here's
Rodimus.
a more serious one.
Rodimus, thank you,
Rodimus Flash.
Oh, that's really good. Who's that from?
El Rodimus Flash again.
That's El Rodimus. You know, that looks a lot like a damn Fragga piece, dude. That's interesting. That is killer,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like
And
open helmet.
here's the Hell Comics.
Howl Comics, bringing it, baby.
The fox is still in her undies.
Yeah, it's right. The fox has got her undies. He's gonna kill that damn fox. I love it.
That's like, it's my batting now. Oh wow.
Good job.
I
Who
give
was
that
that
big
again?
slap.
That was Howl Comics, right?
That was the whole Hell Comics. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Scott Schmier.
Scott Shamir, nice. This is probably the first one. It's not the final, I'm sure.
Yep.
Although he did say
And,
he had limited time today. Ooh,
This is El Rodimus Flash. I have no idea what this has to do with
this is
today's
a
topic,
Rutger Hauer
but-
tribute. That is Lady
But then
Hawk.
there's also
Ezra
that's
Miller.
Ezra Hawk.
Yeah, Ezra Hawk. Yeah. Yeah, it is sad
Yeah,
news. We lost Rutger Hauer. Yeah.
Look at
Oh, God.
this.
Toe
This is
Rabbit
Little
Fox,
Rabbit
baby.
Fox.
That is awesome.
Look at that.
Jesus.
So much detail, and you got
Dude,
big
Rabbit
ass
needs to get on here.
Yeah, he
He
really
does.
does, dude. Yeah,
Here. I want to see this color. This is great stuff.
it is beautiful.
Awesome, yeah.
Yep. He have really, really awesome style.
Yeah, and zoom in a
Yeah.
little bit so we can see the fox and Mary sitting up top,
Let me.
sitting on the shoulder
How do we-
there.
Oh, it's zooming in the bloody background, but no, Twitter's rubbish.
Oh,
I could-
broke it.
You know what? I'll figure this out. I got this.
He's got to figure it out, guys. I was
There you
hoping
go.
for
There you go.
Blade Runner draw along sometime. Maybe we should do it. Yeah, there you go. He's got a
I
great
figured
style.
it out, baby.
You figured it out. That's beautiful.
Fuck.
I'm a clever little boy.
You are.
This is
Ooh.
a JY
Clever
DQ.
boy.
That's cute.
Ooh.
It is cute, man. That's nice. She's got a little bit of wine, a little bit of tipsy. What's going to happen?
And
What's
the
going to
actual
happen?
character herself.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we'll see where the nights bring us.
Oh my!
I learned it from someone else. Okay.
Oh, you did?
I learned it watching
Sure.
you.
Wink,
Yeah.
wink. All right. This is a
That's what
continuation
that guy
stuff.
said to the cam girl.
Uh-huh. This is Scott
And
Schmier,
find out
right?
that she's married.
This is Scott
Oh.
Schmier again.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's not his finished
There we go.
the finished part, though, for sure.
This is his finished one, I believe. Apparently his the wife's computer is being a piece of crap.
Oh, no. Ooh,
This
look
is
at
a,
that,
Great
George.
art.
That is nice. I like that one. That's
Very
fun.
different take on the suit here.
Yeah.
You can see the pervy old man over here.
I wanted actually
There we
wanted
are.
to draw the dude too. I didn't have that time.
I agree. I don't know what he said.
Really?
He's roboting.
Yeah, I know. That's all right.
That is a-
Oh, El
He's
Rodimus.
Oh.
All those moments will be lost like tears in the rain. Rest in peace. Absolutely. Rutger Hauer. Godspeed, sir.
And I believe that's that. That is that. Well, there
Really
you go.
good,
That's
really
that.
nice pieces. So, George, what was your favorite from the draw along? What do you think's the best one?
Is it right for me to say?
Mary,
Of course, I'm not
Yeah.
talking.
No,
I'm not.
it's
No,
cruel
Yeah,
for you
we're
to
all
say.
I'm not talking about the artist in the panel here. I'm talking about the draw along, of the ones we just looked at.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh man. Yeah, I like the one with the all that detail. That was with
Turtle,
the clean.
rabbit, fox. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Turtle,
all
rabbit,
of
fox is
all
awesome.
right.
Total rabbit fox.
Collected in a thing, right? I want to retweet the heck out of that.
Sure, yeah.
he is
Mhm.
really
My
good.
favorite is the Howl comics, just because she's bare ass. Yeah. Sorry.
Well,
Of course.
that depiction of Bork was perfect, also.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All right, let me come over here and vote myself. And if you guys haven't voted yet, please do. I'm about to go over and check it out, so that usually means I'm going to be calling it very shortly. All right, let me see who I'm going to vote for. I don't know, today's pretty easy, I think. They're all really cool, but there's one that stands very out. Yeah. Ooh, it's close, though. It's close. We got 38 votes in here, guys, and it's very tight up the top. Everyone's got a vote, which is nice. And there's 37 of you watching, so I guess I'll let it go to 40, and I'll call it at 40. So there's 2 votes shy. Where they got to go? Interesting. It's very tight up the top, though. Interesting.
I prefer it tight in the bottom.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. Oh, 2 votes went up, and I'm calling it. All right, the poll is called. It is off. We have 40 votes, and we're gonna get right to it. And that was a tight one there, man. But here we go. All right, one just came in, and I think it changed something. Damn it. Let me see. Where did it change? Oh well, I'm gonna go 41 votes. Go for 41 votes. All right, here we go. We're gonna start down the bottom. Tied for the last of the runner-up places, with 1 vote each. We have Michael and we have John. John Chedester and Michael Beacon. Very nice. 1 vote for each of you guys. Thank you very much. Good job. Claps. All right.
Oh.
Claps. And then we have
Golf claps.
claps. And then we have in actually 4th position, runner-up position, we have Dina. I'm surprised. That was a really killer piece, but Dina has 5
No
votes.
boss.
No, maybe that's the problem, Dina. That's probably the problem. But absolutely beautiful piece today, guys. And thank you very much, Dina. Claps for the Dina. All right. I'm the only one clapping. I feel lonely.
No, it's clapping.
All right, so then we come up to our 3rd place, our bronze medal for 3rd place. We have a tie with 6 votes each. We have Eric Hawkins and we have Cassidy Morgan. 2 really good pieces, though. So congratulations to you guys. Awesome.
Very cool.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
I'm not loud.
Good job, guys.
All right. And then up here in the silver medal, 2nd place position with 11 votes, we have Joshua Metz, dude. Awesome. Great piece, dude. That was beautiful. I loved it. All right.
Bulbs get your votes.
They do.
True.
And obviously the 1st place is not shocking.
It was Brad.
It's Brad. Yeah, Brad Ashworth. 1st place. Gold medal goes to you, sir. Claps everywhere around for Brad. And of course, I'm looking. Well, I'm looking forward to see what you're going to do next week. Yeah. Now, of course, we know that Brad has actually gone over to the Pro Edition and won before, at least once, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see what you get into next week. I don't know what their subject is, but it should be interesting. But that was a beautiful piece today, Brad. Let me come over here and show it again. I'll show them all off again. But really nice. Here's Brad's piece. We got Cassidy. I love the Cassidy's one too. We got Dina. Very nice. Eric. Excellent. We have John over here with his very colorful piece. We got Joshua with, of course, the naked bobs always help. And of course,
You have
Michael.
it locked on booster.
Yeah.
Do I have it locked on booster?
Oh,
You
no.
do have a locked on booster.
Oh no.
No, you're okay for the video now.
Oh, there you go. It's working now. It
Figured out.
switched
Don't worry.
over. It switched over. Okay.
Do not listen to these naysayers.
I
That's
shan't.
what they're not.
I shan't. I shan't. But yeah, it all looks good. Of course, I want to come back over, of course, in the end here and show off George's art for his Mary Sue, which is on Indiegogo right now. That link keeps getting dropped, so definitely go check it over. I mean, look at the art, guys. It's absolutely killer. And your coloring is outstanding. I'm kind of wondering, are you not normally a colorist? I mean, it seems like what you should be.
Well, I've sort of done the jack of all trades thing. So, writing a strip or writing the comics, drawing them, pretty much everything from start to finish.
Yeah, no, it's just stunningly beautiful, dude. And of course, you guys go look at the Indiegogo page, you'll see that it's all like this. So this is definitely one of those projects to keep an eye on, and definitely to back it and support what George is doing here. I love it. But we definitely come to the end of our day. It's been a really long day for me. I've had this damn thing on my head for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours almost. But
That's
I do.
it?
That's it. Yeah, no, thanks, Brad. But this, of course, is a lot of fun. We love it when you guys come here and join us. But what we're going to do now is have everybody tell you where you can find them, and then we're going to get out of here. So let me come over first to Michael Beacon. Michael, where can the folks find you, dude?
You can find me on YouTube at Michael Beacon. I do SJW Skeletal reviews. You can find me 7 Legions Beacon. That's the number 7 Legions Beacon. And on Indiegogo, I currently have the pre-launch page for my comic 7 Legions.
Nice. All right.
Cool.
Sweet. So check that out, guys. And of course, Mortal V is in here. He's going to handle it as he always does. Of course, bringing next down to Joshua, dude. Joshua, where can you find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter at legends_n. And that's pretty much it for now. I got to get better at that. Then I'll start doing some YouTube shows.
Oh, rock on. A really fun piece you have here today. I love the perspective. It really worked out well, dude.
Oh,
nice.
Thank you, Ken.
All right, moving down the line here, we got John Tedester. Where can they find you, John?
You can find me on Twitter at comic_2 or John_Chedester. And yeah, that's about it for right now.
Well, one of these days, you and I are going to have a conversation about your family name, because I'm Chester and you're Chedester. There seems to be some similarity. Is it a conspiracy? I don't know. All right.
Nobody knows.
I think one of them's fake.
Right. Moving down here, we got Eric. This is Eric Hawkins. Tell them where they can find you, dude. Ooh, the color's coming in. Looking nice, dude.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You can follow me at Twitter at ES_Hawkins. I post artwork out there from time to time. I'm always working on a project or two. Got probably a couple crowdfunding projects coming out in the next 2 months.
Sweet. That is good to hear, dude. Cool. So awesome. All right, guys. Definitely check that out. And like I said, Mortal V is dropping all those links, so he's making it easy for you. We do appreciate you, Mortal. Look at the color. The color pops that, dude. Yeah, I like it.
Cool.
Moving down, we got Dina. Dina, have you created some place where they can find you, or are they still coming through me?
I have a Twitter.
Well, give them your Twitter.
So, okay, my Twitter, you can find me at EliLuca1. Or if you can't find me, you can always find Twitter, or you find Chester or Booster,
Yeah, we'll show you. You ain't coming to us like, hey, I wanna follow Dinah.
My God.
All
right. Well, thank you very much, Dina, for coming. You had a great piece today. Let's move on. Down the line, we have Cassidy. Cassidy, tell me where you can find you. Dude, I love this piece you did today, dude. It's beautiful. Where can the folks find you, dude?
Oh, thanks. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Cassidy Art, and feel free to drop a follow. And if you have any questions or commissions, I'm open.
Sweet. There you go. You can get commissions. Nice. All right, guys, and moving down here to our last artist of today, Brad Ashworth from Pencil for Life. Ooh, tell them where they can find you, dude.
Yep. Pencil for Life on Twitter, Facebook, and my website. And then you can also reach me on Instagram at pencil.4.life.
Sweet. And once again, congratulations on this piece. I mean, I've seen you do a lot of really great art over here, dude. As well, I've seen many of you guys do great art. But I'm thinking this is one of the best things I've seen you do, dude.
Thanks.
It's so correct, you know.
It's very dynamic. Really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, well,
I love
you start by laying out lines for perspective and then go from there. So
Well, it's true. It is true. But
see. There's a theme here. Perspective.
yeah, no, it's important, and it's something we see a lot of lack of these days for sure. But anyway, thank you very much, Brad. Of course, if you guys want to get zero content, you can also go to find wherever Booster is, Kiwi Booster something or another. We don't need that though. Let's come over.
Boost the Kiwi on the Twitter and the YouTube, and we're all good Kiwis are sold.
All right, fine. And of course, last but not least, the man
Content
of
free
the hour.
guarantee.
Content free guarantee. That is true. But of course, George, we're very happy to have had you on here today, dude. This is a stellar, beautiful project. We've had a lot of projects come through, and a lot of them have fun and story and cool characters and charisma behind many of the people, and that's all great. But this is truly a great piece of art. And we're very happy to have you on and talking to you, dude. So first of all, tell the folks where they can find you. Of course, your Indiegogo link is being dropped, but tell the folks where they can find you and give your closing comments, dude.
Sure. You guys can pretty much find me wherever, all over the internet. gprime85, especially on Twitter. You can find links to most of my stuff there. My website is studionj, as in New Jersey.com. And I have a YouTube channel, which is just my name, George Alexopoulos. Yeah, I do interviews with creators and stuff, and some of you guys I have to talk to, I'm sure. But yeah, it's been really crazy. It's been more profound than I can explain to see people drawing my character. It's never happened to me before. So this has been weird and amazing, and I'm so grateful.
Well, with this
It's
new,
like,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Don't
no,
cry.
it's just the weirdest feeling.
Well, since we changed to this format, we've had that comment a lot. But I think it's really great to have a great artist, lending their talent to some of these great Indiegogos we have going on. So I'm very happy with it. But thank you very much, George, for being here. Thank you for everyone. Once again, I don't know if I thank them enough, but thank you, Mortal V, for doing all the moderating for us. We appreciate that. We actually have several really good moderators, like Mortal or even Booster or Thundero and stuff like that. We do appreciate it. Even Joshua Hughes even does it pretty well. We appreciate you very much, Mortal, for coming in and helping us, dude. But it is the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much. Do keep in mind that FanSpeak is off tomorrow, is our day off. We will come back on Saturday with the FanSpeak, of course. And this Sunday's the big show, though. I really hope you all come back for it, because this Sunday we're going to have Tim Lim on, and I think a few other people as well. Because this Sunday we're talking on TFT, of course, Tinfoil Talk. We are talking about Walt Disney, and we're going to debunk all that crap and smear against him. We're gonna solve it. So definitely come back for that and join us. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out every bit of it.
Guys,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
You're forgetting something.
I'm not forgetting
In 2
anything.
weeks.
I might be forgetting something.
In 2 weeks, Gary Shipman is coming to the fan edition.
Weldon too,
that's
I
right.
believe.
He is. He's coming to, and so is Matt Weldon as well. That's right. 2
happening.
weeks. It's happening.
Coming back to us?
That's right. Gary and Matt Weldon are both coming in, and they're going to be drawing. I don't know who we're covering that day. Yeah, no, that's exciting. Thank
Whining
you.
works. Never forget.
That's right. Always whine. Yes. And I'm sure Matt is going to give us all kind of hell, because we've been talking crap for quite a while. Disney's tied to
But he's a
Epstein.
nice
What?
guy.
Oh, no. But not Walt Disney. I'm not talking about Disney in general. They are a complete whole. I'm talking about Mr. Disney himself. But we'll definitely come back for that Sunday show. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. But I got to get out of here. Thank you all very much. It was awesome. Just killer art, guys. And we're happy to have all you guys in the chat coming. We love you guys. Thank you very much. So other than that, Booster, give us words of wisdom. I need to say namaste.
I like this art, and also something
He
to
likes
do
big
with
butts. He
perception,
cannot lie.
Yeah, okay.
reality, and
Namaste.
always make it great.
Namaste. All right, later, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And keep in mind,
Goodbye.
everybody, I'm about to run an
Bye.
outro, so let's no more talking now.